long one, but of course we have a reason for the season. Easter is just around the corner. Good Friday is tomorrow, and we hope that even as you revel in the season, you are modest about it. This morning, I want to tell you that being different is okay, all right? Being different doesn't make you inferior. So dare to be different, all right? You don't always have to conform. You can always chart your own path, but be guided in charting that path. So yeah, just know that if you find yourself within a circle, within a space where you feel you're different, it doesn't make you inferior to anybody, okay? We came into this world as individuals. Even twins are not the same. Even twins do not always agree on a matter. Okay, so being different does not make you inferior. So dare to be different. All right, thank you so much. It's time to have breakfast. The menu is ready. A lot on platter this morning. Politics, governance, judiciary, legislature, economy, all of that spread wide this morning. And you and I will be delving into it to consume it all. Thank you so much again for joining us. Let's get into our reminders and let's bring you Seasons of Prayer, which is happening on 97.3 City FM all through the month of April. We're praying, we're giving thanks to our Maker, we're praying for His blessings, we're seeking His face, His grace, and His favor in all that we do. And so from the 1st of April to the 30th of April, we have 3 prayer seasons per day, 3 sessions of prayer per day, 12 midnight to 1 a.m. So it's 12 a.m. to 1 a.m. We have the midnight cry. Then we have This Is Your Day from 4 a.m. to 6 a.m. And then there's the prayer encounter from 12 p.m. to 1 p.m. live on Facebook. And so you can join us there, City 973. On X, it's at City 973. Instagram at City 973 FM. And then the website is www.citynewsroom.com. Join us. Let us seek the face of God. Let us pray together. And of course, let's give thanks for the many blessings that He has bestowed upon us. Now, the seasons of prayer is like a warm-up to the big one. We believe in family, the unit called family, and of course, the bond that we share as a people. And so, on the 1st of May every year, we have what we call the family consecration service. So we're praying in the month of April in a lead-up to the family consecration service on May 1. This year, it's a Thursday, May Day. We ask that you join us at the Oil Dome Royal House Chapel in Accra, where families get to consecrate, okay? We assemble and then we pray together. The Bible says, no, do not forsake the assembly of the brethren. And so we hope that you join us together. We seek the face of God. We'll pray for our families. We'll pray for our businesses. We'll pray for our nation, Ghana. And married couples will have the opportunity to renew their vows. So let's see you on the 1st of May at the Oil Dome Royal House Chapel here in Accra. The family consecration service is brought to you by City 973 FM and it's supported by Channel 1 Television. It's happening from 6 a.m. to 12 noon. Let's all meet at the Oil Dome Royal House Chapel here in Accra. Okay, we'd like to see you there. We look forward to seeing you. Now, Easter is here. We have just about, 4 days to Easter Monday. And on Easter Monday, we embark on what we call the Easter Orphan Project, where we get to put the smile on the faces of little ones who have no one. This season, we are asking you to give so that your giving will shed some light in the life of an orphan. Our quest is simple: to feed, maintain, and sustain. How can you help us? You can help us by sending us cash or kind, okay? If you're going to make a donation via mobile money, the number is 0550-900-006. 0550-900-006. Help us put a smile on the face of little ones who have no one. This year, we're visiting some selected orphanages in the country, and we pray that you are able to support us to be able to serve them a hot meal, to be able to put some clothes on their back, to be able to present them some education materials, and of course to be able to support the managers of these homes with some money for the upkeep of the orphans as well as the maintenance of these facilities. Send us milk, send us bags of rice, send us boxes of sugar, send us clothes, send us books, send us toys, pencils, pens, what have you, okay? And we shall be grateful to you. I'd like to say thank you so much to all who have donated so far. We appreciate you, we are grateful to you, and we pray that the good Lord himself will replenish your stock, all right? So help us put a smile on the faces of little ones on the 21st of April, Easter Monday, and God will surely richly bless you. Okay, while we are at it, we'd like to give thanks to our Maker. Give thanks. The Bible says that in all things we should give thanks. And so we would like for you to join us tomorrow, Good Friday, at the First Love Center in Legon for the Harvest Praise 2025, what we call the Koinonia edition. Okay, performing will be the Greater Love Choir, ACP Kofi Sapon, Joe Metal. You have Joyful Way Incorporated, Harvest Theatre, and of course your host, the Harvest Gospel Choir. So join us at the First Love Center in Legon, and together let's give thanks to God Almighty. Tickets are going for 100 Ghana cedis single, 180 Ghana cedis double, and the VIP is 200 Ghana cedis. That's a short code for you to make purchases, and that's star 725 star 1155 hash. Star 725 star 1155 hash. All right. Purchase a ticket now. Single 100 Ghana cedis, double 180 Ghana cedis, VIP 200 Ghana cedis. And let's see you at 4 p.m. on the 18th of April, Good Friday, at the First Love Center, East Legon, for the Harvest Praise 2025, the Koinonia edition. Promises to be exciting, promises to be fun, and we hope to see you there. All righty. Thank you so much. Let's get into our newspapers now, shall we? I'll start off with the Daily Graphic. Daily Graphic newspaper front page says, President launches 1 million coders initiative, attracts 90,000 applications in 48 hours. President launches 1 million coders initiative, attracts 90,000 applications in 48 hours. You have Easter celebration. Christian leaders call for sacrifices and love. Easter celebration. Christian leaders call for sacrifices, love. Use Kwawu Easter to heal old wounds. That's Dasebre Equiamwa Japan, the second appealing. Government takes over Goldfields Damine Mines. Government takes over Goldfield Damine Mines. We know that the government did not renew the license of Goldfields for their mining operations at the Damine Mines. And so that's what Graphic is reporting, that government has taken over Goldfields Damine Mines. The sector minister, Emmanuel Amakufibua, spoke yesterday and gave some reasons as to why the bid for a renewal failed or was rejected. Okay, there's a special supplement on Easter in the Daily Graphic today, and so you can grab a copy for yourself. All right, what's the Daily Guide saying this morning? Daily Guide says, NPP 2024 defeat, Okoye Committee presents report to NEC. NEC here being the National Executive Committee of the New Patriotic Party, NPP. NPP 2024 defeat, Okoye Committee presents report to NEC. Then you have CJ removal injunction case adjourned again. CJ removal injunction case adjourned again. Otumfuo starts Boko peace talks. Otumfuo starts Boko peace talks. Stop giving free money to Zoom Lion. This is a governance expert speaking. And when you go to the top of the paper, it says KMA boss hot over traders flogging comment. KMA boss hot over traders flogging comment. Yesterday we had some panelists here in studio, two of them actually agreeing that the mayor should be sacked over that particular comment. Let's take you to the Chronicle newspaper, see what the Chronicle is reporting on this morning. The major story is from the camp of the New Patriotic Party, NPP, and it says, reforms in NPP. Educhum proposes expansion of Electoral College. Reforms in NPP. Educhum proposes expansion of Electoral College. We know that following the presentation of the Professor Michael Quay report, a 9-member committee has been set to review the constitution of the party. However, we have been told by the communications director of the New Patriotic Party, Richard Ahiagba, that this report will not be made public. It's for their internal consumption and, of course, implementation of some of the recommendations of that report. And so it doesn't look like we're going to see exactly what is in that report. Mind you, the committee was tasked, okay, to more or less establish an understanding as to why the party lost the 2024 general elections in the way that it did, okay? But we're being told by Richard Ahiagba, Director of Communications of the New Patriotic Party, that this report will not be made public. And so we are waiting to see what reforms or what changes will be made by the party following their acceptance or admission of that report by the Reverend Professor Mike Aaron Okwe, a former Speaker of Parliament, former Member of Parliament for Dom Kwabenya. The other story on the front page says why Mahama government has refused to renew Goldfields mining lease. Why Mahama government has refused to renew Goldfields mining lease comes with a picture of the Lands and Natural Resources Minister Emmanuel Amakufibua. Like I said, he was in the news yesterday giving some reasons as to why that lease has been refused, and it's been reported on today by the Chronicle newspaper. When I take you to the Inquisitor this morning says, Pram land litigation, Kofi Aban, Paris and truths. Pram land litigation, Kofi Aban, Paris and truths. Hanging scandal on Mahama's neck won't work. This is Albert Kwadwo Chumbuafo speaking. Hanging scandal on Mahama's neck won't work. Let Christ's death, resurrection unite us. And guess who's speaking? Dr. Matthew Opoku Prempeh, running mate to Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia for the New Patriotic Party in the 2024 general elections. There's a story that says Dr. Prempeh passionately writes to NPP. Dr. Prempeh passionately writes to NPP. All right, let's get into some other stories from the New Republic. New Republic says CJ and ex-boss slapped with travel cash probe. Taxpayers footed bills for family vacays, not security. CJ owes $14,000 US. Auditors demand cash back. Daughter's flight upgraded, costing thousands more. Interesting times ahead. We know that there are 3 petitions to have the CJ removed. Constitutional processes are underway. An NPP member of Parliament for Otafo, Vincent Akwasafua, is in court seeking an injunction to stop the President and the Council of State from continuing with the process of determining a prima facie case against the CJ. That case has been adjourned to May 6. We'll find out what happens on May 6, whether a verdict or finality will be brought to that particular injunction application. But the New Republic is adding salt to injury and reporting that the CJ and ex-boss slapped with travel cash probe. There's taxpayers footed bills for family vacays, not security. CJ owes $14,000 US. Auditors demand cash back. Daughter's flight upgraded, costing thousands more. Now there's a story here that says Subri raid exposes Boko conflict secrets as ashes of conflict traced back to Galamsey pits at Abrewa Ninkrang. Subri raid exposes Boko conflict secrets as ashes of conflict traced back to Galamsey pits at Abrewa Ninkrang. Yohunu under fire in Boko as faction demands a Seidu Abagre arrest. Yohunu under fire in Boko, that's the IGP. Christian Tete Yohunu under fire in Boko as faction demands Seidu Abagre arrest. You know that Seidu Abagre is one of the chiefs or a rival chief in the Boko area. Who is the founder of Ghana? Education Minister, Tax Committee to settle debate. Who is the founder of Ghana? All right, let's get into some other papers. The Daybreak newspaper this morning says NPP sets up 9-member committee to review constitution. Like I said earlier, this follows the presentation of the Professor Michael Quay Committee's report to the party's National Executive Committee yesterday. And the party has subsequently set up a 9-member committee to review its constitution and also for recommendation on reforms going forward. Guta slams utility tariffs hike. Guta slams utility tariffs hike. In the barracks with Parkwesi, persecution of targeted military officers. That's a second edition, also captured here in the Daybreak newspaper. Now, blocking of appointments to peace support operations. Chumesi dropped. Agbamafle in. Osai dropped. Nanjo in. Okay. And there's a story to look out for. It says, coming up, the triangle of Natoshi, Joseph Sianwe, Japan, Madame Fremo Paris, and the drip equipment probe. That's front page of the Daybreak newspaper. Let's take you to the Catholic Standard real quick. Catholic Standard says Ghana moves to manufacture local HIV products. Ghana moves to manufacture local HIV products. That's some good news there, because we know that there's a withdrawal of aid, a gradual withdrawal of aid to the health sector. We know what's happening with the U.S. aid following President Trump's directive and all that. And so if we're in line to manufacture our own HIV commodities, including test kits and antiretroviral medications, then that's some great news. Kudos to the Ghana AIDS Commission. Kudos to the Ghana Health Service. Kudos to the Ministry of Health. We wish them well. We pray that indeed this sees some light and comes to fruition. Utility tariffs to increase on May 3. Utility tariffs to increase on May 3. Ghana Scholarship Authority bill to be laid before Parliament. Ghana Scholarship Authority bill to be laid before Parliament. Nuncio urges faithful to find hope in the risen Christ wounds. Nuncio urges faithful to find hope in the risen Christ wounds. Priests urged to live lives of integrity. That's the Catholic Standard. I take you to the BNFT, Business and Financial Times. What's the front page saying? Major stories on inflation. And it says March producer price inflation eases to 24.4%. March producer price inflation eases to 24.4%. ADB joins PAPS to enhance cross-border payments. ADB joins PAPS to enhance cross-border payments. Government introduces $1 million revolving fund to enhance agricultural growth in northern regions. Government introduces $1 million revolving fund to enhance agricultural growth in northern regions. When we go to the hospitality sector, BNFT is reporting that Hotels Association advocates swift regulation of Airbnb to level playing field. Hotel Association advocates swift regulation of Airbnb to level playing field. All right, these are some of the front page headlines there. Let me take you online real quick and start off from channel1news.com. Channel1news.com. They are leading with Galamsey issues, and the chairman of the Lands and Natural Resources Committee of Parliament is here speaking in the person of Collins Dauda. He's also served as a Minister for Lands and Natural Resources before. And he is saying, create anti-Galamsey unit in army. Create anti-Galamsey unit in army. Okay? When you go to the education front, it says SDA SHS shooting. Susie Penamang's family fumes over court delays. SDA SHS shooting. Susie Penamang's family fumes over court delays. Now, the former Lands and Natural Resources Minister, who is also Member of Parliament for Damongo, Samuel Abdullahi Jinapo, was here last night speaking with Bernard Avle on The Point of View right here on Channel 1 Television. A number of stories from that particular interview. First one here, as carried by channel1news.com, says Galamsey has worsened under Mahama government. Galamsey has worsened under Mahama government, and it's attributed to Abu Jinapo. Again, Abu Jinapo speaking says Mahama's 56 ministers, a commendable move. Okay, so that's a thumbs up from the former minister under the NPP to the president now, currently, John Dramani Mahama, His Excellency, commending him for reducing the number of ministers to 56. All right, now the MP for Suame, the Member of Parliament for Suame, and Legal Counsel for the Minority in Parliament, John Dakum, was here on the Channel 1 newsroom, sat with Vivian Kai Loko last night. A number of stories from that interview as well. First one here says, don't destabilize Ghana's constitutional democracy by removing CJ. Don't destabilize Ghana's constitutional democracy by removing CJ. He sought to argue that the judiciary remains one of the only independent sacrosanct institutions in the country, and so attempts to remove the CJ undermines the independence of the judiciary. And he is urging the president not to go ahead with the processes already initiated to remove the Chief Justice, Gertrude Tokonu. Another story, of course, from that interview says, let's not politicize decongestion efforts in Kumasi. We know that the new mayor of Kumasi, Kinzuba, has come under fire recently over his comments or threats to publicly flog errant traders who defy orders to vacate unauthorized spaces where they are currently plying their trade. There's been some level of resistance. We've had some stakeholders even call for his removal as mayor. But yesterday, the Member of Parliament for Suame, John Darkons, who sat with Vivian Kailoko on the Channel 1 newsroom, is saying that we should not politicize the efforts to decongest the CBD of Kumasi. He believes that the politicization of some of these issues do not augur well for our national development. However, I need to chip in here that he did not in any way endorse that threat to flog the errant traders, but he is asking that we do not politicize the decongestion efforts in Kumasi. He believes, however, that the mayor has some fire in him, which is good for Kumasi. All right. Parliamentary Health Committee to assess hospitals across Ghana in nationwide tour. Parliamentary Health Committee to assess hospitals across Ghana in nationwide tour. Now, minority not desperate in criticizing government. This is Samuel Abdullahi Jinapo speaking. NPP won't make post-election report public. I mentioned that earlier. Mahama did reckless politics with Boko conflict. So these are some of the stories on the Channel 1 news.com website. Let's go to citynewsroom.com and see what they are reporting on citynewsroom.com. What are some of the stories that they have been reporting on? They are leading with 3 Adan East Island communities get electricity for the first time. 3 Adan East communities, or Adan East Island communities, get electricity for the first time. Galamsey, end impunity and commit to state of emergency. Abu Jinapo to government. End impunity and commit to state of emergency. It's quite interesting because under his tenure, he served as Lands and Natural Resources Minister under the Kufuor administration. And when calls came for a state of emergency, I remember him describing it as he said it was draconian. Okay, but yesterday he was on the point of view and he's asking government to commit to state of emergency. Well, he says he has been consistent with his rejection initially to the state of emergency call. However, he is calling on this administration to commit to a state of emergency. Interesting, isn't it? Well, MPP's 2024 election loss was unexpected and difficult. Again, Samuel Abu Jinapo speaking. And then you have John Darko on the Kumasi mayor issue, and he says, quote, the fire in him is good for Kumasi. Removing CJ will set a bad precedent for Ghana. John Darko speaking here. And then you have Judiciary must resist attempts to remove CJ. Apenyo Markin, the minority leader, speaking there. All these and more, a number of stories, business, sports, and of course, mainline stories, general news, politics, all on citynewsroom.com as well as channel1news.com. If you're looking for lifestyle, entertainment, and all the 411 on the trending issues, go to GhanaWeekend.com and you find them all there. All right, this is Breakfast Daily. My name is Nanatu Fobuat, and we'll take a break here. When we come, we get talking. We'll pick out a number of issues and we tease perspectives out of them. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
This Easter, be the light in a child's life. As we gather with family and share meals and beautiful moments this Easter, let us not forget the little ones who have no one, no mother's hug, no father's voice, no warm bowl of food to return to, no pencil to write their dreams with, no exercise book to call their own. They are orphaned, vulnerable, alone. But with your help, we can change that. Support the Easter Orphan Project and give these children some hope to hold on to. Your donation in cash or kind will help provide warm meals, decent clothes, school supplies, and the care every child needs to grow. Because even the simplest things, soap, gari, clean bed sheets, a pair of sandals, these things cost more than many orphanages can bear on their own. How can you help? Send money via mobile money to 0550 900 006 or write a check to the City FM Foundation. You could also bring your donation to City FM behind the Adabraka Police Station. Visit www.citynewsroom.com or call 0550 900 006 or 0302 226 013 for more information. You can also give milk, sugar, bags of rice, toys, books, detergent, whatever you can share. Get together with your friends, involve your church, spread the word, because every child deserves more than survival. They deserve love, dignity, and a fighting chance at life. This Easter, let your kindness light up a child's life. Will you be that light? The Easter Orphan Project is powered by 97.3 City FM with support from Channel 1 TV.
On Footprints this Friday, retired Army General Brigadier General Robert Saki shares his insights from his more than 2 decades of service in the military, including his first-hand experiences during the 1981 coup d'etat.
So you were the instructor for the boys' company?
I was there from 1978 to 81.
Ooh.
And the Jua and all those people,
They passed through.
They sent me to Gonda at first. And then the guy took me away from Gonda and brought me to Air Force Guard room.
Which guy did that?
One Awuni. Some of the boys' company people I knew. They saw me being brought there. And then they sent me to the Air Force. So they went and told Jua about me having been sent to the Air Force Guard room. Then I heard somebody calling my name. Where's Captain Arusak? Then Jiwa emerged. He came in, he saw me, he started asking them, who did this to this officer? He was my platoon commander. He made soldiers out of us. Who did this? The guard room was quiet.
So Jiwa actually intervened?
Yes, he intervened. My training of dissuading people from making coups and so forth. It's not only Jiwa. The other personalities, when I tell you.
Like who?
Indirectly, I've worked with Kori Kwashiga.
Footprints airs this and every Friday at 7 p.m. only on Channel 1 TV.
Life is a celebration of moments. Big and small.
The sun is scorching, I'm feeling the heat.
With Piva Drink, every moment becomes a refreshing celebration. From the beach to your home, in every corner of your world. Piva Drink adds a burst of refreshment.
Give me Piva cocktail and tangerine.
Celebrate every moment with Piva Drink. Refreshment for every occasion. Piva Drink, a taste you will love.
P for Piva.
This advert is FDA approved.
Hello, are you ready for a show that the whole family can enjoy? Join us on our fun educational adventures as we discover interesting places, meet amazing people like a pilot, a soap maker, a chocolate maker, and more. That's not all. You will learn about our culture, explore musical instruments, symbols, and clothes, learn all about Kente, gather around and listen to our folk tales and discover the interesting history behind our stories.
Wow, this show is really informative.
Yeah. We'll also have fun experiments. Whoa! And lots of art activities.
Look at my spider.
So beautiful.
You definitely don't want to miss the Wonder Space Show with Miss Natalie.
Wonder Space.
Watch the Wonder Space Show on Saturdays at 12 noon only on Channel 1 TV.
Hello again, grateful that you stayed on with us. This is Breakfast Daily here on Channel 1 Television. It's time to get talking. We've teased out a number of topics from the various headlines and we want to have a conversation about them. Recall that the show is interactive. Send us your thoughts, your comments and your contributions via the WhatsApp line. You can jump on our socials and leave comments under the feed. Of course, we're streaming live on YouTube. You can drop your comments there. On Facebook as well. Let us know what you think on X as well. I have three gentlemen in studio with me to help me bring different perspectives to the various topics that we have teased out. We have the National Coordinator for the District Road Improvement Program, a former Minister for Local Government, former Sports Minister, former Member of Parliament for the Ododo constituency, the Honorable Nilante Vanderpoel. Good morning, sir. Good morning. Good morning. Then we have the former Member of Parliament for the good people of Impriaso and a former Eastern Regional Minister, Seth Kwame Echampong. Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Yes, and then, of course, Larry Dogbe, the editor of the Herald newspaper. Good morning, Larry.
Good morning.
Good to have you, gentlemen. I trust you are well.
You're right.
Great. We have a number of stories this morning, but we're starting from the judiciary and processes for the removal of the Chief Justice. The minority is calling on the clergy and traditional leaders to stop the president. I'll tease out a few paragraphs from a story on citynewsroom.com and then I'll pick your thoughts on it. It says, stop Mahama from ousting CJ, minority to chiefs and clergy. The minority in parliament has called on religious and traditional leaders to counsel President John Dramani Mahama to suspend proceedings aimed at removing the Chief Justice, Her Ladyship Gertrude Tokonu. Now, according to the caucus, the petitions seeking the Chief Justice's removal are unfounded and failed to meet the constitutional requirements for her removal. Speaking at an emergency press conference on Wednesday, April 16, the legal counsel for the minority and MP for Suame, John Darkon, stated that sources had revealed to the caucus that the petitions were baseless, necessitating intervention from traditional and religious leaders. Honorable Champo, I'll start from you. I mean, the president is constitutionally bound to carry out this process if he has received petitions for the removal of the CJ. Why is the minority calling on the clergy and traditional leaders to intervene? Why won't they allow, or why won't your side allow for the constitutional processes to continue?
Good morning. I think it is the right of the minority to also express themselves on any matter that emerges in our country. They believe that that is an approach, if they embark upon, they may help with the resolve and redress of this matter that had been within space for some time now. So it is rightly placed, if you ask me. However, you can't stop the constitutional processes. The constitutional processes need to be followed and to be pursued. And my joy is that this is a country that prides itself with the rule of law. And if this process that has been started kicks in, it will be a test of our constitutional democracy that we're practicing. I am hoping that there will be fair hearing. That is, if a prima facie case is established that will warrant the processes to be furthered, then we would be asking for that. But for now, it's early day for me, I must admit, because whatever petitions His Excellency the President has received, he needs to go through the processes and make sure that upon the advice of the Council of State and what recommendations thereof, he will have no choice but to implement just as the Council of State will advise and direct. So for now, for me as a Democrat and as a citizen of the Republic of Ghana, I believe that it's early day and I'm still watching this space. It's never happened because in this country that I have grown and have come to live in, I remember that even under AFRC, we did not disturb the judiciary. Under PNDC, the judiciary was not disturbed. They've been an institution that has guided us in respect of memory in helping shape our governance systems. And so I remember the first clerk to the fourth Republican dispensation, S.N. Dakwa, used to be at the old Parliament House. And he stayed all through, even when the Third Republic had outlived its life. And we had entered into the PNDC era. He still worked there because a cousin of mine knew him as a schoolmate and used to send me to him. So when we came back into practicing what dispensation we are in today, he is one of the first persons to have made the clerk to the fourth Republican practice we are in. And I say this because it is important that institutional memories are kept. My only worry is that peership competition sometimes misleads and misguides us. And where we are today in respect of our life, you may be at a JCR with a friend, and you may end up in one arm of the state and the fellow in the other arm of the state. And the kind of peership competition you might have had from childhood is still not forgotten of. They still pursue you with it. And there are several tools in deploying to make sure that they get at you and get you to fail. So for us, we are watching the space. I'm a student of history, and I want to just hasten slowly and observe what is going to happen. I wouldn't want to attribute anything to whatever has happened in times past. I just want to see the Constitution being respected, and I want to ensure and pray that we get fairness. That's all.
Very well. Honorable Van der Poy, John Agyekum Kufuor inherited a CJ from Jerry Rawlings. He worked with him. President Mills inherited a CJ from John Agyekum Kufuor. He worked with her. Why is there this seeming rush to have this CJ removed?
Well, thank you very much. Let me say good morning once again to our viewers and to all of us here. Straight, let me say this is not a novelty. There have been several attempts by various Ghanaians to petition one president or the other for the removal of a CJ based upon certain things they thought were unwarranted of the position. If you read the Constitution very clear in Article 1466, stated misconduct or arrest has been generic. It is not stated clearly in the Constitution what misconduct in this sense means. So various people who have had problems with behaviors and attitudes of chief justices have petitioned a particular precedent for the removal of the said chief justices. Like the Constitution says, the president will have to consult with the Council of State, and when it's determined that a prima facie case is established, a committee is set up, and then the CJ goes through the process. He gives opportunity to defend himself. This particular CJ, this is not the first time a petition has been written or presented to the president on a stated misconduct. During the tenure of Nana Akufo-Addo, we received a petition. He didn't find it worthy to establish in a prima facie case, so it was dismissed just at the tail end of his office. In this particular instance, it is not one petition, but 3 different petitions. So the president did the right thing. Against the wish of some people, the CJ was even given a copy. You understand, to respond to. Normally, what happens is that when the committee has been set up, when it's been determined that there's a prima facie case for the CJ to answer, then she's giving copies of the petition so she could go through. Because normally copies are not given because it could be established that there is no case or there is nothing really strong in the petition. So it will be much about nothing. So there's no need to give it copy. But in this particular instance, President Mahama was kind enough, tactful enough, diplomatic enough, democrat enough to give a CJ a copy. And then, as we see today, we are not sure the report from the Council of State, so we don't know whether a prima facie case has been established, and as such, the CJ is bound on a path of facing the 5-member committee. But I am a bit astounded by the position of the minority. Because one, you don't know what is contained in the petition.
Well, according to the legal counsel for the minority, he says that they have sources that have revealed to them that the petitions were baseless.
He's just behaving like in Tim Fojo. Yes, I don't know whether it's a disease that they've caught now. Sources. What sources? What information that to you is not founded enough to establish a prima facie case? In the Council of State, there are people there who are more qualified than him to be able to determine whether there is substance in the petition or not. A retired Chief Justice is on the Council of State. You understand? We have knowledgeable people there. So why would they? It's like you are preempting what they're going to do. You want to blackmail them and others. It doesn't sit well with a responsible minority. So I think that they are too much in haste to be relevant because of their micro nature. They are too much in haste to make themselves heard because they are still not they're still not realizing that their attitude and behavior leading up to 2024 caused their heavy defeat. They thought that the defeat was just a fluke. So Ghanaians very soon will forget.
But I doubt they thought it was a fluke. They had actually set up a committee to
I'm telling you.
Which committee presented this report yesterday?
Have you listened to Anodompe recently? Have you listened to him?
On which of the matters? He's been speaking a lot.
No, yes, and he said that, look, he never expected NDC to win these elections. And I've heard him say that he never expected NDC to fall this easily and all of a sudden.
The MPP, you mean?
Yeah, no, NDC. He just said that the NDC is falling 4 months.
Okay, in his assessment of the performance of the government. So I'm saying that
they're still living, they still are traumatized, they still cannot go off the blow they received. They are still wobbling in the dreamland. They are not coming to terms with what happened to them in 2024. The abandonment of Ghanaians was too heavy on them, and they are still dazed. So if you listen to them, they are now not sitting down to really discuss the issues, try and see whether we could be realistic with times, and so maybe let's give time like the way my brother just said, that it's too early in time for you to say that this is what is going to be determined. So with what they have said, if tomorrow a prima facie case is established, what would they say? Would they come out and say the Council of State has acted in bad faith, or they did not look at the petitions before them, or they think there was no merit in the petition by the Council of State established? So sometimes people must give some people the credit they are due, so that they'll be able to do their mandated work and responsibility efficiently. Don't put pressure on the Council of State. Let them do their work. 2, as a lawyer, Daku should have known that the process which has started cannot be truncated by the president. Which constitutional provision in 1466 or any other clause could truncate the process apart from the Council of State determining that there was no merit in the petition?
And so there's no case to answer?
There's no case to answer. So you going to chiefs and clergy, are the chiefs and the clergy going to tell the president to act unconstitutionally? The president should refuse to act as mandated by the Constitution in 146. Is that what you want the chiefs and the clergy to do? You want them to act unconstitutionally? They should go and tell the president to break the Constitution, so the president will now also be the one you put to stake for having infringed on the Constitution. So they think that they can set traps for you. But what I want them to understand is that as soon as they start thinking, we have already thought about the steps you're going to take. Because they are very predictable. And so they give you opportunity to determine what action they will take in every instant. I wanted them to, rest their whips a bit and allow the constitutional process to engage itself fully, and when it has gone its full throttle, and then we shall all know whether Justice Tokunu has a case to answer or not. Me sitting here, look, I've heard so many things. You understand? Look, I have a lot of respect for the Chief Justice. Sometimes you see her and she portrays an angelic face. Other times, no. But then, the sort of things sometimes we hear, and sort of things someone like me have picked up from people who are close to the judicial system will tell you that all that glitters is not gold. Yes. Yes, she is not as saintly as some of us have perceived her to be. So, I will not sit here and prejudge her. I will sit here and give her the benefit of the doubt that the things that I have heard about her and the way she acts were not true. But if there is substance in the petition and the prima facie case is established, then she will have cemented those suspicions that people have created about her, or those perceptions people have had about her, and she will have convinced me that the sources and information I had about her were good and were reliable. So let's all for now allow the process to continue, come to its conclusion, and then we can determine. I believe she herself, it is in her image that we should allow the process to continue, so that she will either be exonerated or, if there is a case for her to answer, just as she put people before her courts, she will also face the panel, the committee, and defend herself.
Bro, like the president is duty bound by the constitution. I mean, it's quite clear that you cannot enjoy enjoin the performance or conduct of public communication on matters like this. Yeah. And so these calls by the minority, I don't know, is it much ado about nothing?
No, I wouldn't say. Good morning.
Good morning.
And I wouldn't say it's much ado about nothing. I have played a bit around this area, a few, many years ago. There's something, this Ajechum judgment. I have a confession to make. And it had to do with one day going to Bagwin's office as when he was a minority leader. And then on his table was a document. And I noticed that it was a petition that had to do with the removal of Chief Justice Akwa. Strangely, before I left, the petition found its way into my diary.
How? The petition grew legs.
Found its way
unethical conduct
into my diary. And then, reporter exclusive. I came and then did a story. Not long after, then Ajechum went to court. And Ajechum was at the time working with Gabi, the statesman.
Yes.
Yeah. So we published it. I was working with Enquara then. And then we published it. After I got the document, I couldn't call Bright Akwete, who had petitioned.
Yeah.
And I mean, he could have stopped me from publishing. But after the publication, then Ajechum, went to court, saying that the content of the petition has been revealed. Okay, and to them, it's not proper. Well, the court had a way. The same Chief Justice Akwa, whose removal was being sought,
empaneled himself.
And then empanel,
George Kingsley Akwa.
Yes, then empanel Supreme Court judges to hear his own case. Bright fought,
Bright
to whatever.
Akwete.
Yeah, Bright Akwete, Mr. Bright Akwete fought to whatever extent, but he didn't go anywhere. Okay, so we've been here before, but I'm using this story to illustrate the point that very often things about the judiciary has become like a no-go area for a lot of people. Okay, and strangely, you have them tightening whatever, loopholes there are to whatever extent they can just to secure or consolidate their position. I think that we can't practice democracy that way. Obviously, if people have issues with your, administration, they should be ready to point it out and then justify whatever it is that they are alleging. And I belong to the school of thought that says that let's open the doors for everybody, let's hear whatever it is that, Honorable is alleging and what Van P is also alleging.
But you see, that's what the minority is against.
I'll come to the minority. See, I mean, my memory, we've had Chief Justice Akwa, succeeded by Chief Justice Aban, succeeded by Chief Justice Oredu, and then Akwa. And after Akwa, Georgina Woods. After Georgina Wood, we have who?
Eni Yeboah.
There were petitions against all of them.
Yeah.
Okay. There were petitions.
Almost all of them.
Almost all of them.
But
there was a petition against Eni Yeboah.
Okay.
There was petition against Uredu.
Yeah.
There was petition against
Edward
Georgina Wood.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. And then we have Justice Tokonu today, who is on the table. Okay. I mean, one was filed. The president then told that's President Akufo-Addo told that, well, it didn't have any merit.
Yeah.
They threw it away. And now we have three now being, put before, exactly, different president. But let's test this particular, area also and see if it's justified. I mean, let the chips fall where they may. But if it's not, I'm sure that whoever would think or conceive in the future that, listen, I need to petition for the removal of the Chief Justice, will come, much stronger. You get it? It will come much stronger, justifying whatever it is. But if it's frivolous, let's throw it away. But on the bit of the minority, there seems to be something, a feeling that I have, that the minority, or let's say the MPP, feels that the judiciary, it's their own, and that very often, you know, don't touch it. This is our area. And very often you've heard them citing the murder of the judges as a justification, you know, to say that, you know something, oh, I mean, NDC killed, you know.
We kill judges, we are protective.
Yeah, we are protective of judges. So that comes up very often. And you just need to, what day do they celebrate that event?
Martyrs' Day.
The Martyrs' Day. You know, a bust, you know, had been erected for the judges, you know, over there.
At the Supreme Court.
Under President Kufuor, that was done. And I overheard, I think former President Rawlings say that, listen, we can't just do that for the judges. How about Major Aqua, who was also murdered during that period? So why don't we erect a bust for him also? But that debate, you know, eventually became mute. But there's this feeling that we own the judiciary. And you often hear that, oh, anytime there's an issue about, you know, any member, all you hear is that, oh, Famiko court, take me to court, take me to court, take me to court.
But of course, that's where matters of legal jurisprudence
you just
resolved.
don't go to court when, if let's say, so you have your son or your child, okay, and then every time he misbehaves, he brings you a cane. Daddy, here's a cane, no, lash me. Do you get it? It becomes, I mean, it should give you a certain, you know, idea as to how, you know, that child of yours, you know, thinks. That for him, he sees justice over there, so he will misbehave. He will do anything at all. So long as you lash him, he's okay by it. But I think that persistently, you know, this thing, take me to court. I mean, the idea that we own the courts, the idea that we could get, you know, things from there. I recall that before President Mahama left office.
But is it the case that they always get things from there?
But that one is clear. Their own national security minister,
Kandapa,
said it right in front of the judges. He said it.
The Chief Justice then?
Yes. He said, look, if you continue to give the sort of judgments you are giving, then you are concretizing the perception out there that you are biased. He said it. Kandapa said it. He said, look, this unanimous...
But were the judgments biased judgments?
The national security minister
but he's not a judge. You are moderating this program.
He's not a judge.
If you allow me to butt in, I'll keep butting in. Please, moderate the show very well. Don't do the work, because I have other expressions I can come on board with. I don't like this approach where he's citing Kandapa is not here to defend himself. Kandapa was speaking on a subject that he had been given. And he was speaking to information they were picking in respect of expressions from the caucus of the majority of the day. And as a balanced intelligence analyst, he felt that he needed to put out the information he was getting so that if that perception is being a formation, that's what people are forming in their minds.
Could he have done that privately?
No. But this is a public event. He's been invited to speak.
Yes, but
on hindsight, I'm not here to judge him. On hindsight, I won't do it.
Exactly.
However,
because then it fuels a certain perception out there.
However, he's made it. It's human. I won't sit here and smoke him alive. Do you get my point? For instance, like what Larry was saying, but for this dispensation, I won't be here running my mouth.
Yeah.
You won't get opportunity to say what he's saying. The Constitution gives each and every person the right to express themselves.
Yeah.
That's why my statement about the minority, I said it advisedly.
Yeah.
Because, yes, they have the right to say so. Is it rightly placed? Today, they are the mouthpiece. They are the alternative government. They have to speak. If they don't speak, I will go behind and tell them, Jack, are you guys sleeping on your job? When they spoke, it's become a conversation for us to hold.
They should speak, but how should they speak? Because we've both not seen the petition.
No, when the matter breaks, are we not discussing it now? It's not become a matter of importance to us as a people. It is because they raised it.
But then we should speak facts to the issues.
Did they don't speak facts?
According to them, they have sources that show that the petitions don't meet the threshold.
How is Larry's enterprise practice? And that is how we have been engaging ourselves. We call Larry's practice the fourth estate of the realm.
Yeah.
And they are the ones driving the driving force today. And so you need to trigger. So they pick it up, and the conversation is held.
Even when it is serious.
It's not.
Even when it is serious.
Let Larry land on this briefly. Then I can take a break.
Before Kandapa, this gentleman with law faculty. Atukuba
had
Professor Zahn has also said
exactly.
about
But Atukuba again.
I'm so sorry.
So the incident.
Yes.
Right.
So in his case, he also said it directly in front of the judges. And hell broke loose, just as Kandapa's own as well. I thought that even members of the MPP came out to say that Kandapa should be sacked.
Yes.
And that he shouldn't have spoken the way he did. I remember Frank Davids. Also coming on your one of your news program, the City, and I mean he took Kandapa to the cleaners. That's one.
Well, he's the chairman of the MPP legal committee.
Yes. Now to the protection of that ownership mentality.
Seamen.
Okay, those are your words.
Seamen, because they've not said they own the judiciary. They haven't said.
But you know, suddenly you have Alexander Afenyo-Markins talking about how NDC wants to, it's trying to hunt the TJ out. You get it?
From where he sits, that's how he sees it.
He held a press conference just yesterday.
That's how he sees it.
I'm coming.
No, but Seth just told us that they are the mouthpiece of the part of the shadow government.
Yes.
They're the shadow government.
Yes.
And he's a mouthpiece of the shadow government.
Yes, so that's their perception of what is happening.
So
is that what is happening?
So it is them.
You will talk and then tell me that I have 2 minutes.
So it's them.
Let's have Larry wrap up.
So Afenyo-Markins had an MPP program where they presented a Professor Michael Quay report.
Yeah.
Talked about the CJ, a party event. CJ. Okay, you give a certain idea to the public there that because it was during your time that she was appointed, you feel that she has to be protected, okay, from whatever it is that is, being done, however constitutional that is. And then you have John Darko also, holding another press conference. And from one of the stories, I think the one captured on your website, it was described as an emergency press conference. Just on the CJ. Why is it emergency? Okay, and Darko is what? MP for Swame.
And it's a lawyer.
It's a lawyer.
Legal counsel for the minority.
Thank you. Then you have Asifua
in court.
And indeed, Asifua's case was to be heard yesterday, but for one of the judges, reported being indisposed. You get it?
Yeah.
So this, from layer after layer, a certain impression is being created that, listen, this is our area. Don't go there.
Right. Larry, let me take a break. When I come back, I'll come back to you, and then you wrap up on that for me. This is Breakfast Daily here on Channel 1 Television. Stay with us. The conversation is getting more interesting. We'll be right back.
International Ministries presents Harvest Praise 2025, the Koinonia Edition, ministering at HP 2025 Harvest Theatre. Greater Love Choir of the First Love Center, Joyful Way Incorporated, ACP Coffee Support, Joe Metal, and your host choir, Harvest Gospel Choir. It's Good Friday, April 18th at the First Love Center, East Legon. The experience begins at 4 p.m. Ticket prices, single 100 Ghana cedis, double 180 Ghana cedis, and VIP 200 Ghana cedis. To buy your tickets now, dial star 725 star 1155 hash. Tickets are also available at Airport Shell, Bachelor Total, and all Harvest Chapel branches in Accra. This is the Koinonia edition. Media partners for Harvest Praise 2025. The Koinonia edition are City FM and Channel 1 TV. Harvest Praise! Get your praise on!
Every day, people have money emergencies. Ma, I need my school fees emergency. Mommy, chop money emergency. Emergency. Catch it. I mean rent emergency. Now, there's a new emergency number in town.
More money, challenge and enjoyment. At the top life we got.
Dial star 770 hash for all your money emergencies and chop life.
Dial star 770 hash for money emergencies and get easy and quick access to your money, loans, and other banking needs. EcoBank, the Pan-African Bank.
Emma, what are you watching? Only the best thing ever. Because these holidays, the joy never stops. Picture this. The home is filled with low moments and intense drama from the local shows. With Serie A, Premier League, and even WWE. The kids are hooked up with adventures and fun learning.
Yes! I love pie.
I love you and pie. So stay connected to entertainment anywhere with GoTV. GoTV, love it.
Grateful that you stayed on with us. This is Breakfast Daily here on Channel 1 Television. Before that break, Larry had established a trend.
Yeah.
So let's wrap up on that particular trend.
You've seen the trend.
You are the one putting out the trend, so I'm here to follow.
Oh, no, but it's so obvious.
Is
Hello? It hasn't been.
Is it?
They are historical facts.
Yeah, so now you are drawing my attention to it.
We've all reported on this before.
You are drawing my attention to it, so we'll look into it.
So for me, I think that we should be careful mixing the traditional, the role of traditional authorities and then the clergy, in the governance of this state. They are very important, but they become like the secret weapon that we deploy when, we are stuck somewhere. I'm not sure we are stuck on this matter. We just want to test the law, the constitution. Certain things have been said, and we want to find out whether indeed they are true. If they are, hey, kick her out. If they are not, let's consolidate, her role, and then make that institution better, so that whenever we feel, our right is being abused, we can go before that institution, because there was a certain, Mrs. or Justice Stockton, who actually built that institution and made it whatever it is for all of us. So we should be careful, so that, we don't push the traditional authorities to be involved in this. Some time ago, you hear about a certain traditional authority pleading on behalf of, accused persons. So the case goes to court and then it doesn't go anywhere. Meanwhile, corruption has been alleged. But all you hear is that, a certain Togbe had begged, a certain Nana had begged, a certain Ni had begged for the person. And for me, I think that we can't, we can't allow that. Clergymen are making all manner of prophecies and so on. We are telling them that, please, stay, and then the police or the security authorities are warning them that they should be careful not to stop, creating fear and panic. Now we are telling them that, listen, come and mediate on a purely constitutional matter. Instead of encouraging them to, say that the president should do the right thing. For me, I think that is good enough. However, I'm clear in my mind that the minority has seen the petition against the Chief Justice. Because the way from the story that you have,
an emergency,
an emergency, and so on, and that sources have,
and calling on the clergy.
Read that portion again.
I mean, it says, according to the caucus, petitions seeking the Chief Justice's removal are unfounded and fail to meet the constitutional requirements for her removal. Speaking at an emergency press conference on Wednesday, April 16, legal counsel for the minority and MP for Swami, John Darkon, stated that sources had revealed to the caucus that the petitions were baseless, necessitating intervention from traditional and religious leaders.
I know things that I can't say here.
Very well. Let's leave it at that.
I know things that I can't say here.
Let's leave it at that.
But you see, these are bold statements that you know the MP made. They are unfounded. They are what?
He says they are founded and fail to meet the constitutional requirements.
I mean, he's a lawyer. He has taught at Gimpa Law, Faculty of Law. Okay, and he's an MP, a lawmaker now. So he's not making this out of the ordinary. And mind you, see where what he said. It's an emergency thing.
Press conference.
As of yesterday, there were rumors or reports that the CJ has been suspended. So I'm sure that either he had heard that this was to come, or it's
it was a countermeasure.
Or so it's a countermeasure.
Then the minority leader had spoken at Alisa Hotel.
So there was no need for him to
to have done another follow-up describing as emergency. For me, they have seen the thing, and the leakage. I don't want to believe that it came from the Chief Justice, because from what the report so far, the event so far, the presidency only released that document to the Chief Justice. And if you have
what of the Council of State?
Is there? What of who?
Has the Council of State? They must have seen the petition.
Okay, no, but then the Council of State have given it to the CJ. Maybe.
Well, you never know.
Okay, yeah, you never know. True, sure.
You never know.
But from there on, the minority has become a spokesperson for exactly.
Very well.
Do you get it?
Well. I'll take a final round on this, a minute each, please, so we can make some progress on other stories. Oh no.
So cleverly narrated by Larry. I enjoyed.
You enjoyed the narration.
Truth be said, the removal of Justice Tokono just didn't start as a narrative we're holding today. It was part of a campaign narrative from a government of the day. And the way they took turns to attack her, presidential staffers had opportunity to, who are even learned in the practice. You see, the institution, every institution has its own norms and practices and cultures. And so when you are seized with it, there are ways and means you go about it. I am glad that we are holding this conversation, because it gives everybody the opportunity to have a bite. First and foremost, it's been narrated that previous CJs, maybe one petition, this one, 3, weight has been placed on it. So high premium, why 3? So there's strategy in doing everything you want to do. So I see what is occurring as something being discussed. And like Larry said, there was news yesterday that the CJ has been suspended. There's a way the security always test waters to see if this action is taken, would it be useful? Would we win? So that's why I kept my statement at the outset that it's early days, we are still observing. Because as we all have 2 ears, I hear from the left, I hear from the right. And so we want fairness. And please, let us remember that this country, we are all not going anywhere, we're living together. And so if you are backing on the journey, ensure, and I remember my good friend PKK, Prince Kofi Klujesin, once upon a time told me, Seth, the law courts in Ghana is a marathon. So if you are going to go to the law courts and you don't have the heart to run a marathon, prepare. So I'm quite excited.
He's a lawyer?
No, he's not a lawyer, but he's had a lot, as a businessman, he's made a lot of, you can't do business without
settle.
Sorry.
Settle.
Yeah. Okay. So let me thank you that me, I'm not surprised of what he will say. But my joy is that he's a Democrat.
Are you predicting what he will
Of course,
say?
he's my brother. He's my senior brother. I follow after him, so I know what.
So you know what he's going to
I
say.
know what he's going to do.
Another Team Fojo.
Team Fojo has done nothing wrong. He spoke his mind as a citizen.
Very well.
And so allow him to live. But he mentioned in Team Fojo.
Very well. Let's move on.
I am very optimistic that the Council of State will discharge its responsibilities efficiently and without bias. But then, as a Ghanaian, they're thinking like Seth. We want the right thing to be done. But we should also be asking ourselves, what is it that this particular CJ alone, there has been petition against her during the tenure of Nanado.
The one who appointed her.
The one who appointed her. And the petition did not come from an ordinary person, but somebody who is also very learned in law.
Yeah.
You understand? Then, this time, 3 other petitions against her. And I hear one of the petitioners.
So that's like 4.
4.
Yeah.
Okay.
You think if we break the secrecy surrounding the petitions and the petitioners, it will do us some good? If we know who has petitioned and why they have petitioned?
But you see, for this country, we decided to craft a constitutional provision which also protects the image and the security of the persons who petition. But Nanado removed this thing, myth, and allow people to know who petitioned against the CJ in the first instance.
Yeah.
So it became very obvious when this petition, at least one of the petitioners in this particular instance, is also known. You understand? I thought that Nanado would have respected the same precedent he set on the Charlotte Osei petition by not identifying the people who petitioned. On countless occasions in that particular instant, he refused to tell us who the petitioners were.
So there we don't know. But we knew the lawyer.
Yes.
Maswal.
Yes. Who was then the acting dean of the law school.
Yeah. And became acting director.
Yes, he was my mate at the university.
Oh, okay.
You know. So I sit here today and ask myself.
And in the last election, he was in charge of, I think, the legal.
Yes,
of the MPP campaign.
But he has not hidden his political identity.
Oh, okay.
Maswell has not.
Okay.
He has not hidden his political
I thought Gary heard your
I enjoy this show very well.
I would say, just as we've all established, let's allow the process to continue. I'm happy that my president has not violated any aspect of the Constitution. He has, in fact, dutifully allowed the process to go on. He has even been too magnanimous, you understand, in giving the CJ a copy of the petition even before it went to the Council of State.
Right.
Which Akufo-Addo didn't do.
But he had alleged disrespect.
I thought we were discussing Chief Justice Tokono.
No,
what has President Akufo-Addo got to do here this morning?
There was a petition against.
Allow the gentleman who has served the country to enjoy his retirement. What is this President Akufo-Addo?
Even when the uncharacteristically the issues and the petition, the details of the petition were made public. Even when the president himself has not even transferred it.
You've had occasion to praise your president. I haven't said anything. You've done it 1. 2, you want to go further. You want me to come in.
Please don't. Please don't. Land on this.
Okay. So I'm saying that I have nothing against Justice Tokono. She's a nice lady, as far as I'm concerned. My distance that she's a God-fearing person, just like all of us sitting here, especially as Seth.
Now this smile on your face.
But somebody must ask a question. What is particularly about her that there are petitions about her? In fact, and let me correct Seth, none of the so-called petitioners, as far as I know, are certified NDC members.
But they have some level of association.
So you see,
yes, with
MPP. Whistle here now.
Right.
Yes.
The man said,
but Professor Zah is MPP. Professor Zah is MPP. Dr. Amakuba is MPP.
Senior brother of mine. Kukwasari is a nationalist. That's how I call him. He advises John Mahama. He advises Akufo-Addo.
Very well.
If you don't know,
no, but he himself said it that he has roots in the MPP.
So
let's not get into the individuals and where they
yes.
But when it comes to interest, I say he advises President Mahama. He advises President Akufo-Addo. So he's a nationalist.
Okay, I agree with you. So as a nationalist,
so a nationalist has petition.
on a matter of national interest.
On a matter of national interest. But would he be right? That's also a question we have to ask.
And that's why there's a constitutional process.
So we have to go into the matter. That is why I said it's early day for me. I know too much for me to just begin to just open my mouth and be running my mouth. I just have to watch.
Party.
Oh, so my party, I'm here for my party.
Yesterday,
don't you say I'm a blue party man? That's why I'm in my blue dress.
And it really looks good on
Thank you so much. That's like yours.
But I'm also wearing blue.
I'm trying to get you closer.
I'm not too sure. It's the shade of blue.
You see, he intentionally wore green.
Yes.
He intentionally wore green.
Yes, because we are still on the resetting agenda. Honorable, yesterday, Professor Okoye's committee presented their report to the party. I've heard Richard Ahimba says that you won't make it public. I'm not sure why. We need to know what happened. The committee was set up to look into the defeat of the party in the just ended elections. And now we are being told that another committee is being set up to review the constitution of the party and suggest reforms for the party. What could be in that report to warrant all of these?
Thank you very much. I think a body set up that committee and gave that committee terms of reference. And we have to respect corporate governance. And so when term of reference is being given, it's the same body who reserves the right as to how the report she has received, how would she display it. In the wisdom and the counsel of that body, it says that, hold on, I believe that we need a second group to go through it and advise us before we even start anything, because it's so voluminous. And mind you, we are living in a strategic community. So for me, it's strategy. We have our competitors who are in government today who would want us to fail in every area. And so we should also protect ourselves to succeed. And how best do you succeed? By faith, which is the Christian faith. It says if you want to communicate with your maker, you shut the door, walk into your closet, and go before your maker. So what occurred and happened to us, we believe that we have to go before our maker. And if you are going before your maker, you shut the door and then ensure that you do the right thing. And so there's nothing untoward. We're just being guided and cautious so we don't err, because we want the best. The kind of defeat we suffered, kind of defeat we suffered.
You have supporters out there, you have fans out there. You've done a post-mortem on your defeat.
The beauty of this is that we have supporters there. The supporters have representatives. Our party is run on a constitution. The constitution, which is a framework, gives representation to all our supporters within that body called the National Council, the highest decision-making body out of Congress, aside Congress. And Council represents all of us, our interests. All shades of opinion appear in Council. And so that is how we go about it. We wouldn't want to break the rules of Council. And so we are going to follow the advice of Council. It has set up another body which is going to understudy the report that we've received and then offer Council its recommendation. Council will sit over that recommendation and take the next steps. Similarly, like we're having in our earlier bite. I said it's early day. We don't need to rush. This is not the first time we are losing an election. We lost an election in 1996. We didn't participate in an election in 1992. We lost an election in 2008. We didn't lose an election in 2000. We won an election in 2000. We won an election in 2004. We lost an election in 2008. We lost an election in 2012. We won an election in 2016. When we lost the election in 2008, we formed a body similar to this. So it's not new to us. It's something we've done before. We've been there before. So we are doing what we have experience over, and we believe.
Let me correct you. You participated in 92 elections.
We participated in 92 elections at the parliamentary level.
No, at the presidential.
Oh, sorry, at the presidential level. Yes. And because, yes, you are right, we participated.
Yes.
Partly. Not fully.
No, don't say partly. You participated in elections.
You contested the presidential.
Yes, the presidential elections. And then when you saw that defeat was looming, you ran away from the parliamentary.
You see,
we can go into that.
You don't want to go there.
No, he's just trying to sidetrack me.
No. You said, I'm correcting you. You said you didn't participate.
You know, as a debater, I don't go back. I'm not an entrenched person like you.
Thank you. So you've accepted that you participated.
Once you have raised the issue that we participated, we participated in the presidential elections.
Yes, because it was on a different day.
After the parliamentary, after the presidential elections, we're supposed to have the parliamentary elections, and then we boycotted the parliamentary elections.
Yes,
and
you ran away.
We boycotted it.
You ran away.
We boycotted it on principle. The joy why we boycotted it ended up getting Ghana to have both elections run the same day. So the actions we took brought Ghana benefit.
Right.
That is what
was
I
the
want.
Because you wanted it on the same day?
No, Larry, no.
But reforms came after the boycott.
We have led. You see, do you know why I'm happy? It's good we came in opposition. When we were in opposition, we helped Ghana. We're able to do good reforms and push. Why should we stay here? I'm happy we're in opposition because we are coming to ensure that the reset agenda they are describing, which they will not be able to achieve.
Oh, really?
Okay. Definitely would package it decently and make Ghana better. That is what we do.
Very well.
And we know how to do it very well. They will laugh at us. They will tell us that we're going to remain in opposition in perpetuity.
But he will laugh last.
Oh, you see, I wouldn't want to run my mouth too much this morning. Because I'm preparing myself. Today is a Holy Thursday. And sometimes, if you are before your maker, you don't talk too much. But like I've said, the party is taking good decisions. Let all of us respect the decisions of the party.
So, you mentioned earlier that it appears they've not come to terms with the 38%.
Seriously, let me say this. I think the NPP is confused at this moment in time.
Why so?
You set up a committee to investigate factors that led to your heavy defeat. And then when they submitted the report, you say you set up a committee to review your constitution.
Well, this could be a recommendation from that initial committee's report.
Well,
but they mentioned that the content of it was not disclosed.
Yes, but for the NEC, they will be aware of the contents.
Really? When the report was just being presented?
Being tabled.
You see, we didn't leak our party's report.
You did not.
Like the CJ's one has been leaked. And people are sitting on it, they don't want to talk. Where you are?
I want to go with Adwoa Safo and also Amakuba and say that the factors that led to the defeat of the NPP are well known to them. And Adwoa Safo, like this, mentioned one or two. She's that all the
to you as well, because I've heard the NDC over time past verdict.
Oh no, I was privileged to have served on the committee that investigated our defeat in 2016. I was part of it, so I know. I agreed with them. There are sometimes some of the revelations that you get from such a committee's work could be very injurious that we did not put in the public domain. Some of the matters are basically house matters, pertains to the party, how to restructure the party in order to make it more resilient for the next elections. So those things, it's a matter of strategy. You don't put in the public domain. So I have nothing against they deciding not to put the report in the public domain. But like Larry said, or you said, there are certain aspects of the report, whether you like it or not, the public must know. You understand? Because at the end of it all, whatever mechanism you try to put in place for the reorganization and the re-engineering of the party will have to have a reflection on the people.
Exactly.
The people will want to know whether it is really their feelings that are being carried out or not. For example, After the 2016 election, when we had our committee meeting, people said that the system we use in selecting parliamentary candidates in the previous election and also even the presidential candidate were flawed. So we have to come back. And meanwhile, we had a system, and we thought that system was not proactive enough, so we moved to another system. But when we finished elections, the report said that that system we adopted was not suitable. So we had to go back to our previous system. We couldn't have done that without listening to the people. When we did that, to some extent, it inured to our benefit because we improved upon our performance in 2020 and then did better in 2024. You understand? So I agree. But I'm saying that the MPP are hemorrhaging. And it is serious. It is serious, because I've listened to Chairman Sabonsu. I've listened to Ajasafo. I've listened to Amakuba. This morning, I heard Educhum and others. Up to today, the leadership of the party, because the names I've mentioned are all part of the leadership of the party, are not convinced that they lost because they were oblivious of the realities of the time. And that is something that they must look at. They must rather look at their system of governance, the sort of things they did, which made even their strongholds melted like butter. You understand? They shouldn't just be too technical about the issues and to think about constitution. Because sitting here, I don't know what is really wrong with their party constitution. Because their party constitution, the structure of their party, apart from their system of choosing delegates, which with theirs is so fraught with corruption.
Is it?
Oh yes, they themselves and said it.
I haven't said anything, please.
Oh, said.
I haven't said that.
You know, it's so manipulative. Theirs is so manipulative. Unlike the NDC one, that is clearly established.
And he became a victim.
Yes.
He's a victim of it.
Yes.
Or you are not.
Nobody says agenda for me on in my passion week. He's been doing everything
so you are before your maker.
Yes, in my passion week. In my passion week.
So I think
it's one of the reasons persons have started calling for an expansion of the
I think so. Because you see, with NDC, next year we'll be going for branch elections. Right from there, as soon as the branch elections are conducted, the people elected are deposited, their names are detailed, it becomes part of the national database. So when it gets to time of elections, the register is not generated by the constituencies and the branches. It's generated for the national.
Yeah.
So if you elect somebody today, and for one reason or the other, the person cannot perform the function, to even change the person is not easy within the NDC circles. But with MPP, a week to elections, the polling station chairman can change the register.
No.
So it happened to you.
No.
It happened to you. You complain to me.
We have
clear the air on this.
No, the matter is that we have established structure. Every polling station have its identifiable members, and then we have gone ahead to take pictures of the persons.
Members.
The procedure we use.
Who become the delegate?
The procedure we use in the national elections by identifying that every voter is seen by their image, their bio is seen, is the same thing that we do
in the selection of delegates.
In the selection of delegates, when we have selected the delegates, we then will prepare an album of all these delegates.
When do you select the delegates?
We select them when the party gives room for that time. There's a duration. No, it's a party management matter.
Yeah.
You can now we are in the phase of it. Every party has a calendar, and I always say we live in a country where we run a cycle of elections. Every year there's an election.
Very well.
Every year there's an election.
Well,
so we have
come to
we have an established album, and the album is kept at the office of the General Secretary.
Right.
And when we are going to go to a primary, that album is brought out. And everybody knows. It's given to all candidates.
Thanks for that clarification.
Yes.
Larry?
Yeah.
MPP matters.
Okay. Let me begin from this point. I think that the MPP is not helping us, including, I mean, their supporters mainly, the people who do the work every election. And by not releasing this document for all of us to go into it and be, know whatever it is that led to their quote and unquote abysmal performance. I mean, for a party that wants so much vote to be reduced to a paltry 38% was unimaginable. And this is not a party that was in opposition, but a party that was in government and trumpeting achievement upon achievement, social intervention upon social intervention, agenda upon agenda.
Including Sisyphean.
I'm sure that will come under dancing. We should be having the report now and go into it. I'm saying that reference to the Kwesi Botwe report, which Ni has mentioned that he was part of. I think that NDC also didn't do Ghanaians any good by keeping that document. You get it? Because there are certain things in there.
But we brought an executive summary.
Oh, you did?
We brought out an executive summary.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
So that people could also be part of it.
You still have it?
I think I have a copy.
Okay, I would love to. Yes. I would love to see a copy.
To be fair, Justin Kodua has said that they are yet to go into the details of what entails in the report, and whatever it is they have to communicate, they will. It is rather Ahiagba who says they will not make it public.
But Kodua said that.
What was the basis? Have to communicate.
What is the basis for the formation of the
committee?
Do a review of the
constitution. Of something you haven't gone into,
yes.
Something you haven't appreciated. Okay, so
the review of
perhaps
the constitution,
they've seen a summary of the recommendations.
Yeah. So you should let us know that. Oh, we've had.
Are you an MPP member? Are you an MPP member? I am an MPP member. So now do you feel yourself?
Yeah.
Professor Mills late told us.
So I'm sure they should have given it to us,
to the public,
for us, because it's the public that votes.
Yeah.
Okay, and so if things were wrong, I mean, let's know it. That is the only way. I recall. Let me quote.
So Larry, then add that what the Germans do.
Yeah.
Government must begin to give political parties money.
Yeah.
So they will use it to run their political parties. Then they become accountable to the public purse.
Well, I think that debate has been overflowed.
Yes, but are we practicing it? Have we gotten there yet?
But
so then you can't demand same.
There's a judgment of the Supreme Court that says
judgment,
that
are we implementing
in this country, our political parties are public entities.
Yes.
It is not private.
But I live in the public. And I chose to have my private conversation. The law allows me to have my private conversation.
So, we should have had access to all this document, not even an executive summary, as Ni pointed out. Because very often, I mean, these are people who come to us for us to present their policies before us. Now, if there are issues as to your performance and what led to your defeat and so on, I mean, we should know about it. You get it?
Yeah.
Give us the document, let's study it. It helps yourself. This thing about not washing your dirty linen in the public. Jerry Rollins had another way of saying it. If the thing is smelling,
how long can you hide it?
How long can you hide it? And we should open the window and then the doors.
You know what's interesting? Musa Dankwa of Global Info Analytics, just around the time this committee released this report, has done a poll on who to blame for the party's defeat.
Yes, on the who to blame.
And it's interesting.
On the who to blame, you talk to people and some tell you that, I think Adjo Asafo even gave a hint of that the committee wanted to blame Baumia. Okay.
Which Abopapo did yesterday. No, 3 days today.
No, let's leave him out.
So is it a strategy?
Let's leave him
out of this
strategy
conversation of your editorial team to introduce Musa Dankwa's conversation?
No, I'm just saying.
Because it is feeding
into
it's not tying into it. It is rather feeding into their narrative.
It ties into. I mean, you have tasked the committee to look into why you lost. A poll, just as he conducted a poll prior to the election, ascribing percentages to who was going to win and by how much. He has done a post-mortem on his own, just as you have done. So I just feel, I mean, it ties into it, basically.
Smart uncle, good one.
So, and then others, this morning I called a few people and they told me that, oh, you know, the report rather blamed the president then, as in President Akufo-Addo, over some of his policies and then the attitude of government and so on. Yeah, Ethiopia kind of, you know, and that is also there.
Yeah. Some of the MPs who participated have said that. Some of the MPs who participated
so you don't
in
know,
the sessions have said that.
Right. And all of us said, some of these speculations are going to go on and on and on and on until people, you know, get access to the document and then kind of point out all that. Okay, oh, that this is what was discovered. Some have even said that the choice of running mate was the issue, and that, I mean, the running mate didn't add anything at all. Kumase in particular, it didn't add anything. We should look.
But was silently,
he's not comfortable with that statement.
Who?
The running mate.
The running mate.
I mean, let's not go. If we start a conversation about the running mate, that's not what
his discomfort is not
like, briefly. Will keeping the report and silently implementing its recommendations help?
I think that, see, I would also have loved NDC to do, you know, an assessment of what led to their victory. Do you understand?
Okay.
Then they would appreciate why people voted for them. That would shape their policies as well.
Exactly.
The military has a strategy that, you know, victory or defeat,
you
review your strategy. Exactly. So that, I mean, did anything go wrong?
It's part of the script.
It's standard procedure. Okay. So I would love NDC to have a report like that as well. It will guide us, you know, or guide them in their in the governance of the state. But I mean, hiding these things. Okay, NDC, there's something I discovered about their treatment of the media, which was part of the Kwesi Botwe committee report. I'm not sure that treatment has been made any better.
Oh, are you sure?
Oh,
we've had much more friendly relationship with
the media. They keep the info to their chest.
Me, are you sure?
Oh yes, I can say.
The media.
I can say it's much improved.
Well,
much improved.
But there's still room for improvement. They can do better.
Under President Akufo-Addo, I could call people while I develop sources within the government, even at the presidency, and they could give me information. It's difficult right now to call anybody.
But there were so many other journalists who were also complaining about the fact that the government was not friendly to them.
As in the Akufo-Addo government? Well, they weren't friendly to me either.
But you could access information.
Yeah, you could access, you could call people.
Unlike now.
Sources that you've built over the years, long before they went into government. Now it's becoming a bit tight. It's becoming a bit tight. In fact, maybe it's early days. Maybe it's early days here.
In fact, when you have a sort of position that is roaring, all its interest is to damage and not to contribute to the development of the country, you should be careful how you relate.
But I don't think the likes of
some of the information. Some of the information
you see, when I was in GIJ, he was a lecturer there.
Yes.
this blackmail.
He was a lecturer there. So he knows what I was talking about. He knows what I'm talking about.
Exactly.
I agree with you.
Exactly. So, I mean, listen, we all develop contact. You grow with your sources. They get rusty, you oil them, you move on, and so on and so forth. I think that you only have to open up. And particularly when
I agree with you.
Charlie, we are discussing the GP. Why you can't give him this counsel when we have left the show?
No, it's part of it. I'm just saying that if the report is available.
This is
as a professional journalist, as a professional journalist and a broadcaster, I totally agree with you. I totally agree with you because information is not just to also destroy, but it's also to build.
Precisely.
And I think that even though we are in government, we've won a landslide elections. Like you said, it's important that critically we look at how the media perceive our victory. How the people themselves, why they give us the victory. We should always be able to have these two factors to guide us in our daily activities in order to either sustain that goodwill the people have given us and also be able to watch our backs. Because the media will always correct you. And I'm happy. So if we did something that is right and we get a praise, the same way if we did something that is wrong.
You get a criticism.
Just 3 days today, our new mayor of Kumasi has received both positive and negative media.
Because he wants to flog the people.
Yeah, he has received negative and positive press.
Yeah.
You have to take it, measure it, and see what you need to do. Will you be an example for other government appointees?
I need to take a break here. When we come back, Larry, you wrap up on this matter for me. All right, this is Breakfast Daily here on Channel 1 Television. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Considering oral surgery? Hi, I'm Tanya from Bethel Dental Clinic, Ghana. Whether you need a routine extraction or a complex dental implant procedure, you want a dental team that provides compassionate care with superior outcomes. A thorough diagnosis is the first step, which involves dental x-rays to assess your condition. This ensures that you're fully informed and comfortable with the plan you choose. Understanding what to expect during the recovery period is also important. By following these steps, you'll be well prepared to recover smoothly and avoid complications. Learn more about surgical services and schedule your consultation today. Bethel Dental Clinic, the smile starts here.
Healthy smile.
Look around. Home also need a makeover. Mine clearly does. So we went to Ashroom and found the Como collection. It had everything we're looking for and more. Matching furniture for the entire home, designed with you in mind.
Where's Como collection? Dressing up is just a breeze. Always ready with a perfect accessory.
A magic dressing mirror. One look, and you're ready to face the world. Or at least the kids.
A bed perfect for young men who want
a table that turns into a treasure chest.
And finally, a sofa with this grand TV unit for family time at home.
Head over to any Ashphone store now and discover the new Como collection. Ashphone, feel it, know it.
You cannot be saved by the preaching of Jesus. It is what can wash away your sins. What is it that can actually wash the sins of the world? Is it the parables of Jesus? Is it the stories of Jesus? No, it is the blood of Jesus that was shed for us on Calvary's cross.
This Good Friday, a divine appointment awaits you. Join Evangelist Dag Heward-Mills for the Good Friday Miracle Service 2025, a time of miracles, healing, and salvation. Experience the life-changing message of the cross, the miraculous touch of God, and the greatest demonstration of love the world has ever known. Come expectant, come believing, and witness the power of Jesus Christ. Friday, April 18th, 2025, 3 p.m., Independence Square, Accra. Don't miss this historic gathering. Bring the sick, bring the broken, bring the lost, because Jesus still saves, heals, and delivers. See you there.
Thank you so much for staying with us. This is a news review segment on Breakfast Daily. We're discussing the NPP and the post-mortem that they've done regarding the 2024 general elections. I'll take a few of your messages and then I'll have Larry wrap up on that. This one says, good morning, everyone. Why is the NPP crying more than the CJ? Or is it the CJ who engaged them to defend her? Please, NPP is making the CJ's case more complex. They should stop. This is from Ibrahim from Tumu. This one says, Nana, please let's allow the president to do his work. Evans Odun from Community 18 regarding the CJ matter. Larry?
Yeah.
Yes, let's wrap up on the MPP.
Yeah, you see, the MPP has a very peculiar, organogram.
where whatever the top decides is what prevails. Unlike NDC, where the grassroots is what shaped the narrative from leadership. So I think that is what they want to capitalize on. That we have received a thing, but we are not going to kind of disclose the content of it. However, we'll put in place, some mechanisms to correct whatever went wrong. It will be the same leadership who were part of the problem, sitting somewhere saying that, something, we are correcting ourselves. Who reviews whatever it is that you're doing?
Sure.
Okay. So I think that we should see the report.
Yeah.
I'm hoping that by the close of the day today, friends of mine, we'll send
your sources with you.
Oh yeah. I have cultivated a few of them.
We have just a few minutes to go, but yesterday, His Excellency President Mahama launched a 1 million coders program. I'll start with you. You want to empower the youth with digital skills. Do we have the infrastructure to contain same?
Well, it's one more electoral promise fulfilled. Prior to the elections, President Mahama said we're going to count on the digital infrastructure that we had built with the sort of interest shown in the previous government between 2013 and 2016. President Mahama was so much interested in the digital space that we spent money in building a new fiber optic, infrastructure. We built the International IT Center at Kwame Nkrumah Circle. Yeah. We also strengthened the Kofi Annan IT Center. We did a lot to open the IT space. I wouldn't say the previous government did not add anything, but they also came and used the infrastructure we have built to introduce certain interesting initiatives in the IT space. So during the campaign, President Mahama mentioned this 1 million coders program. And I wasn't surprised when along the line, Baumia caught fever with it and also said he was also going to introduce 1 million IT, youth program. So it is an initiative everybody appreciates. The youth, whether we like it or not, today the youth are much more open to the IT space than our time. I was born before computers, so the sort of things my son could do with a computer. One day, my son just locked all of us off the system in the house. I came home, I was trying to fidget with the TV, it wouldn't happen, and he was laughing at us. Not knowing he has demobilized everything by just his own. So we have to plead with him before he restored everything. And I was astounded because I can't fathom what I could do with certain things. So it is good that we are opening up the youth. And I was very happy with what President Mahama said, that we want to build a system where Ghana will not be a consumer of technology from outside our jurisdiction, but want to build a very resolute and resilient technology infrastructure that is also hammered on human resource.
Very well.
That will push Ghana to the next digital competitive world.
Very well. Thank you, Nick. Honorable Champon, you were heavy on digitalization, so this should be good news.
We said we're going to do a similar thing, and they have started it. I'm looking at the implementation, how they're going to go to achieve it. Like he was giving the resume of President Mahama. President Mahama, once upon a time, used to head such a ministry. Even when the party went in opposition under President Kufuor, he became the ranking member, was a spokesperson. It's an area he has a lot of interest in. And he's put my kid brother Sam in the place. We are watching what they're going to do. We just hope that they give jobs to the Ghanaian youth to work. And they will do it fairly and squarely. So they don't allow some biases
in there
to really influence the implementation. We're going to be observing the space with keen eyes.
Very well. Thank you, Honorable. Larry?
Yeah, I'm just looking at the papers, and then the story is not on any of the front pages.
It's actually on the front page of the Daily Graphic.
Is that?
The editorial team produced it for us.
It's on the front page of the Daily Graphic. It's just that the hard copy they don't come.
I've been listening to their news since.
Yes, but I'm talking about the newspapers. I'm talking about the newspapers.
I'm sure they didn't bring all the newspapers here. That's
Yes,
why I didn't
the graphic did not come early. That's why it's not here. But it's on the front page of the soft copy.
No, okay, but me, I'm talking about.
It's not very easy.
Yes.
The Chronicle did not see this as important.
You know.
Well,
yeah.
So that's how
do you own Chronicle?
Then so Educhum's.
Do you own Chronicle?
You have just about 60 seconds.
So I mean, some of these things you have to engineer them.
Yeah.
But did you put it on your front page?
No, I didn't come out today.
Yeah.
Some of these things you have to engineer them. You get it. So as ministers or I mean PROs of these institutions and so on, you have to engineer some of these things. Okay. Now, President, he mentioned that President Mahama that is his ministry.
Yeah.
And so he takes it very passionately.
Yeah.
And I think that okay.
Yeah.
Good.
So now you have Times and then Graphic.
And Daily Graphic.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Okay, but the private newspapers also, you know, should have captured it. So President Mahama takes some of these things, I mean, very passionately. He's very active on, you know, most social media platforms. He could go on Facebook and then even send a message like the sorry, I was going to say Educhum, the other guy, Intim Forge's directive for, you know, on the cocaine matter.
Right.
So he's quite active. Now, coded training people with in coders.
Yeah.
See, we very often say that Japan, China, Finland, and all these other countries are quite advanced. They are advanced because of, you know, their use of technology. To where they are now. Very often we also watch the documentaries of kids in primary school or even lower designing some of the watches that we are wearing. You get it? If we can deploy some of these things at the basic level, it will develop interest that will eventually shape, you know, our way of life. IT is a new frontier. People are making billions of billions.
Wrap it up for me. We need to go, unfortunately.
People are making a lot of money, okay, from this. Our dependence on cocoa and gold, it's been proven that it's not, you know, worth it anymore. And so if we are, is that?
Gradually losing sustainability.
Yeah. So if we are looking at something else, it's good. But it shouldn't just be a 9-day.
Larry,
it shouldn't be a 9-day wonder.
Unfortunately, we have to go. But thank you so much, Larry Dogbe. Thank you so much, the Honorable Seth Kwame Champon. Thank you, the Honorable Nilante Vanabo. There's actually a question for you regarding drip, but I'll put it to you after the show. But I mean, we've run out of time.
Happy Easter, and I pray that we all come back next week stronger.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Let me take a opportunity to wish my daughter, my first daughter, happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
How old is she?
God bless you. All right, thank you so much. My name is Nanatu. This has been the news review on Breakfast Daily. Thank you for watching. But stay with us. We have more coming your way.
Poverty makes you do what you otherwise would not do. Wealth makes you live the way you wish to live. But revenge cancels the lines between poverty and riches.
It's either you're saying something progressive, or I'll just tell your wife that I'm carrying your child.
Where is my father?
Now that he's coming closer to the community, I
my puppy go forget your own plans, so I go figure my
own. Life is a celebration of moments. Big and small.
The sun is scorching, I'm feeling the heat.
With Piva Drink, every moment becomes a refreshing celebration. From the beach to your home, in every corner of your world, Piva Drink adds a burst of refreshment.
Give me Piva cocktail and tangerine.
Celebrate every moment with Piva Drink. Refreshment for every occasion. Piva Drink, a taste you will love.
P for Piva.
This advert is FDA approved. With only 24 hours to pay his huge debt, a public servant runs into hiding in an abandoned house. But the abandoned house is more than an abandoned house.
Anyone here?
This place looks dusty. Can anyone hear me, please? Mouse!
Scribe Productions presents Kobna Answer's heart-pounding one-man original musical, The Saint in the Devil's Shoes. Date, Easter Friday, April 18th and Easter Saturday, April 19th at the National Theatre. Time is 3 p.m. and 7 p.m. each day. Rate is a cool 150 Ghana cedis. Dial *714*003*9# to grab yours now. Hotline 054-609-8082. Media partners, City FM and Channel 1 TV. The Saint in the Devil's Shoes. The devil you know is better than the devil you don't know.
Imagine a place where technology and compassion meet. A sanctuary of health, precision, and trust. At Olive Health Diagnostics and Imaging, we redefine excellence. From advanced ultrasound, X-ray, and CT scan services to accurate laboratory, cardiology, and dentistry, our mission is clear: to provide the care you deserve with accuracy, precision, and speed. Your trusted healthcare partner, Olive Health Diagnostics, always ready whenever you need us. Olive Health Diagnostics and Imaging, redefining excellence in medical diagnostics.
Let's get into the world of sports like never before.
You know how we do it on Fridays.
Join us every Friday at 7 p.m. on 97.3 City FM for Sports Panorama, your ultimate destination for all things sports.
One of the biggest scandals in this country's history. You can't spend 250 million USD and come out with that.
From the thrill of association football to the excitement of basketball, tennis, athletics, and even emerging sports, we cover it all. Whether it's the Premier League or the latest NBA showdown, we bring you the stories behind the stars.
Getting an opportunity to become a national team coach, he should understand the politics around football.
And don't miss the prayer of the rabbi.
Joe was Zebaut. How Zebaut there? Zebaut won Chaboke.
We're not just about the games, we're about the community.
If you are going to be given this kind of treatment, then you need to be that guy. When I look at him play, he is not it.
Or when it's time for Don't Call Me.
Join
the conversation as we connect with fans across the country and beyond. What's the latest updates? Send us your thoughts and we'll feature your comments live on air. And remember, we like to hear your predictions for matches and your thoughts in general. Think you know who's going to win? Let us know.
Big shout outs to my YouTube people.
Tune in every Friday at 7 p.m. only on 97.3 City FM. Sports Panorama, where sports come alive.
Amen.
Sports Panorama, your weekly sports fix. Don't miss out on the action. Sports Panorama, catch the excitement every Friday.
Good morning to you, ladies and gentlemen. It's still Breakfast Daily, and my name is Chris Carter.
My name is Philip Ni Latte.
We're excited to be here with you this morning, and remember that you are also part of the Breakfast Daily community, so feel free to send in your messages, your thoughts, your questions, your opinions, and your heartfelt messages to the number on the screen via WhatsApp. Even if you're outside Ghana, all you need to do is just add the country code +233 and take off the first zero, and you know it's 20 080-444-7033, and then you can get to send a message to us via WhatsApp. If you're watching us on YouTube Live right now, just leave your messages right there on the comment section, and we will get to read it on the show.
And of course, we'll be taking you to communities with developmental issues, and also we bring you interviews on this particular show. Like Chris has stated, you can join us on our text line, our WhatsApp line, and be part of this show. But before that, seasons of prayers still here again. We are in here to pray, so make sure that you are joining us from this period. It started in the 1st of April to 30th of April, and you can see on the screens it's every day. Midday cry or midnight cry is 12 a.m. to 1 a.m. Also, this is your day is 4 a.m. to 6 a.m. and also prayer encounter is 12 p.m. to 1 p.m. So if you haven't joined us yet on this, you should make it a point to at least join, because you have some few days to end the month of April, and you have to make sure that you are spirit-filled for the rest of the year.
Yeah, and it's on our Facebook Live, City 97.3 FM. Facebook Live, and it's going to be happening this afternoon, so do not forget to join Prayer Encounter at 12 p.m. to 1 p.m. And Easter is right in the corner. And on Easter Monday, of course, we have this tradition where we go and visit different orphanages in the country. And of course, if you know what we do, we try to put a smile on their faces. We try to make them feel special. We try to make them feel loved, and also remind them that there are people actually thinking about them. So it's all about the Easter Orphan Project, and we're calling on you right now. If you feel or the Spirit has touched you to help us, put a smile on someone's face, all you need to do is reach out to us, help feed, maintain, and support these orphanages by sending, whatever you want to send to us, especially when it's monetary, via Momo 0550-90006. 0550-90006. And if you have other products or that you want to give them, say maybe dry food like gari, rice, like stuff that you definitely want to give them, even your old clothes that you want to give them, even water and everything, just reach out to us via the number 0302-226-013. 0302-226-013.
So you should make it a point to be part of this entire event that we'll be having on Easter Monday, 21st of April 2025. Today is Thursday, so just some few days from today. If you have these items that Chris mentioned, you can locate us at Tesano, that is Channel 1 TV, Ola Hansen Lane in Tesano, and also behind the Adabraka police station is where you find City 97.3 FM. You would want to take your items there, because we have to support these individuals who do not have parents like we do. But since we are celebrating Easter, we would have to feed them, we would have to support them and maintain them as well. So make sure that you are part of this event, and so we support the orphans. So don't forget family consecration, which is happening in the month of May, 1st of May.
And the 1st of May is usually May is usually our family month. So this is a very good way to start the family month with the family consecration service at the Oil Dome Royal House Chapel here in Accra. And it's Thursday, 1st May 2025, 6 a.m. to 12 noon. Come out with your family and pray together and even renew your vows. And then, I love this family consecration service because this is one service that brings everybody together.
Exactly.
You understand? It makes you put everything negative that has happened behind,
in the past,
and start all over again. That's why I really, really love it. It's a good start.
Yeah, it's a very good start. So you'd have to be part of this event. You see Reverend Steve Wingham there. You see Reverend Mauli Chikata there. You see Reverend Mauli Benson there. Reverend Michael Nyagbawono, who are the general assassin himself. You see Reverend Nelson Awintia and also Reverend Fred McDavis. You've been seeing them maybe on TV and hearing them on radio. You would want to make it a point and be there so you can receive or tap into the blessings of the day. It's 1st of May 2025, just some few days or weeks from now.
Right. Okay. So there you have it. And now it's time for us to start off the show.
But before we go, let's not forget Harvest Praise 2025.
Okay.
Yesterday, we had Joe Metal coming in here to tell us what we should prepare or we should look out for Harvest Praise 2025. We had Bethel Donko here, who is a planning member of the event. He also said that please come well prepared because there's going to be an event that you can't forget. It's happening on 18th April 2025, Good Friday. If you don't, I know you don't have anywhere to go, so please go there. It's at 4 p.m. and ACP Kofi Sakwan will be there. You'll also be having Joe Metal there. The choir will be there, and also Harvest Drama Choir or drama group will also be there, so that they also do some drama for you that you are going to enjoy. You should go there and be spirit-filled as well. Harvest Theatre will be there, so just make sure that you make it a point to go there. Good Friday, 18th of April, 2025.
All right, thank you so much, and I'm already excited about the Easter. But then it's time for us to start up, and we will be starting up with some music from Pure Akan. Enjoy.
Enjoy.
Yeah. Good morning, lovely people. Pure Akan. Greetings. Yeah. Senior many umiwi, one Jimmy, and ye obi umiwi. Senior many umiwi, one so many, and ye obi umiwi. Yeah. Nadia Messi Sameo, Nadia Messi Sameo, Nadia Messi Sameo. Yeah. Nadia Messi Sameo, Nadia Messi Sameo, Nadia Messi Sameo. With the funny say, be I made a move back. Can you penny nani a camera shrunko? Sambia, I'm friendly, breezy, I'm friend to be a rassy. Hang any misso, comedian, you go be a ding a dancer, a chardia mobia, median sumiso. Down on my tom found a Michelle Cross and me piany pemuane and in Adamiso, Genia, Antonia, Enti, Namamanamoa, Seminumiti, yeah, Asumedia, Namamitim, yeah, and the Yamenoa and album sa, or Miss Runko, album you, and I'm in Namware, Simiti, yeah, Asumedia, Namamitim, yeah, and the Yamenoa and album sa, or Miss Runko, album you. Yeah, Daddy, I'm Messi Samuel. Daddy, I'm Messi Samuel. Daddy, I'm Messi Samuel. Yeah. Daddy, I'm Messi Samuel. Daddy, I'm Messi Samuel. Daddy, I'm Messi Samuel. Yes. Greetings to every one of you watching us live. This is Pure Akan, and you're watching Channel 1 TV. Fatness say, if I'm them to me, fatness say, can't be soon me dean fatness say, we school there, you may soon be bushing for and enough for you any fat no say, many me one more young fat no say, me no me your brand name fat no say, me yet Tiana me who you know, you call me no more, me no be out here fatness say, yeah, me some yeah, fat no say, me not for 4 years, yes, yeah, fat no say, you tried the army to me home fat no say, you diagram me home and so say, me yan the Senegal be and so say, I couldn't send him pesa kwa me him say, send you na and your pedanti na me soon me giant man him empty say, be a con the crime for fry empty say, or be a con the camp and quant me him say, Madame Hona be a man mentor me home, men say Santa yeah, Nadia Messi Samuel, Nadia Messi Samuel, Nadia Messi Samuel, yeah, Nadia Messi Samuel, Nadia Messi Samuel, Nadia Messi Samuel, me say Santa, Pisha, and you'll be kind of metiado, and you'll be kind of metiada, and you'll be kind of metiado, mintiado, eh. And you'll be kind of metiado, and you'll be kind of metiada, and you'll be kind of metiado, mintiado, do. Hey, hey, hey. Hey, 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 hey. Oshisheshe mu tubu wa ubehu. Me dear, I can't eat no atiasie, Eddie me. Your Betty, wait, yeah, Auntie Betty. Ah, your Betty, wait, yeah, Auntie Betty. Ah, your Betty, wait, yeah, Auntie Betty. Ah, your Betty, wait, yeah. Or see at the end, then I come so at the say obey to me. I bought bad time before ni only day. Or her anybody so no sign her na DDM. Or see up in Mukasi DM Puna Medie. Share Mena Minie, man sing a métier. Maybe and Ramadan Medabiem. Or Mamma Saminie, man sing a métier. Maybe and Ramadan Medabiem. Or Mamma Samakami trim. To what ya see the day and I'm a minim. Because Bama near Mabusia dimenim. Get shot, yeah. Me too, man, yeah, man, what, yeah. Message no eat this year. No be na no ya me dear. Timi bisa no so yo be dear. I say me say ni kwantie. Me de tune nim so yeah me dear. I can ye no atiasie. E dia ma me. Ah, me too me nya me ho dear. Message no eat this year. No be na no ya me dear. Timi bisa no so yo be dear. I say me set in quantier, me de tune nim so yeah me dear. I can't ye no atiasie, e dia ma me. Tio Betty, we yeah Auntie Betty. Ah, Tio Betty, we yeah Auntie Betty. Ah, Tio Betty, we yeah Auntie Betty. Ah, Tio Betty, we yeah Auntie Betty. Yeah.
So that's Pure Akan giving us some tunes there, and he is setting the tone for us to get into the communities. It's just interesting that we would have to talk about the same issue for a very long time. Chris, the issue of water shortage in the country seems to be a bigger issue than we thought.
Right.
On Monday, we tackled an issue like that. Tuesday, same. Yesterday, and today. And even yesterday, I saw on CNL, that is Channel 1 newsroom, that in Greater Accra, we do not even have water. In Ashanti region, the same. In Volta region, the same. And the issue gets bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. You speak to the Ghana Water Company, it looks like they are helpless. What they are saying is, we are rationing water. We are moving from 1 week giving water to the people, then 2 weeks giving water to the people, they don't get water. Then you would have to store water in your polytanks, in your barrels and all that, so that you can stay or survive for a long time. But it looks like the issue is a nationwide problem that must be dealt with. But we'll be taking you to the Ashanti region shortly, and we will bring you what is happening specifically in Abrepo. But Chris, before that, your take.
Well, I'm just thinking to myself right now that we don't get to the point whereby we have to start buying water from other countries, because some countries are doing it already.
Wow.
Like in Southern Africa, I think some Lesotho or one of the countries to buy water from each other.
But we shouldn't get to the stage where we will have to buy water, because I don't see Ghana to be a country that we would have to depend on imported water. Well, let's start a show. Let's bring you a report filed by Doris Longta, our Ashanti regional correspondent, on the water situation at Abrepo. After, we'll go down and speak to her and other individuals as well.
In the heart of Abrepo, a growing crisis is pushing residents to desperate measures. For over 2 months, taps have run dry, forcing households to rely on untreated rainwater for cooking, bathing, and other basic needs. Despite repeated complaints, Ghana Water Limited has failed to restore supply, with residents accusing the utility of delayed and broken promises. Some residents who spoke to Channel 1 News expressed deep frustration. They say the continued use of rainwater has led to a rise in skin infections, rashes, and other health conditions, signs of a looming public health threat.
When the rain falls, we wait for it to settle down. Then we use other bucket to sieve it. Then after, we cook the water before we can use it to cook our food. It's been 2 months now. And sometimes we hardly even have rashes. When we use the rainwater, we have rashes on our skin. So we are pleading on them. They should come to our aid.
Nowadays, the rainwater is not good for, like you used to bath and you get some rashes on your body. It's not good for us. Like we go outside buying water. We are tired and we are suffering from getting water here.
We have been trying to get water from the rain. So we pray each time so that the rain should fall, so that we'll be able to get water to use. Most of the time, it's not even clean for us to use. So we have to allow it to settle down before we can be able to use it.
1 month, 2 weeks, there's no water in this house. We are worried about the water. Always you buy the water, it's a problem for us. Sometimes I collect water from the rain. If I'm in the house, if I'm not in the house, I'm not getting water.
What is even more troubling, they say, is that water bills continue to arrive, charging them for a service they haven't received in weeks.
At the end of the month, we pay water bill. They come and give us the monthly dues. We pay it. So it's not helping us. They should come and help us.
I mean, it's painful. You don't get water, but you pay water bill. It's not easy here. We are tired.
Residents of Abrepo are expressing fears of potential health crisis due to the use of contaminated water. They are urgently appealing for the restoration of water supply in the area. Reporting for Channel 1 News, I'm Doris Lonta, Ashanti region.
And of course, we would have to be talking about this issue every now and then, because since we are not having sort of a solution to the problem, we would have to keep talking about it every now and then. Water problem in this country. Let's go to Abrepo now and speak to Doris Longta. I'm sure that some good news should come to the residents of Abrepo now. Hello, Doris, good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Philip.
I trust you are doing well.
Yeah, by grace, I'm well. Please, how about you?
I'm doing great. Residents of Abrepo, have they started receiving water now?
Yeah, well, Philip, before we go there, are you a fan of fufu? Because I don't know if you can see from my background, there's fufu pounding ongoing with some hot light soup here. I don't know if you would want to, join us, enjoy this. But the unfortunate aspect of it is that the people who actually undertake these activities are complaining of their water issues, the fact that they haven't had water for over 2 months, and they are troubled by that. Most of them tell me that they have to buy water at high cost, and that is affecting the activities that they do here. So there's fufu here, yes, there's fufu here, but the people who are undertaking these activities are actually worried. So I don't know how you are going to manage to enjoy this fufu with me before we delve into the issues here, Philip.
Well, let's go straight into the issue. When we are done and we get tired, then we can go and refuel by taking the fufu. So let's start the work and tell us what is happening in Abrepo now with the water situation. Has there been any solution to the problem, or residents are still facing the same problem?
There hasn't been any solution, and for those who are watching, Abrepor is in the Bantama constituency, and it is along the Barikese, the stretch leading to the Barikese Dam. And for 2 months now, residents here are complaining of water issues. According to them, they don't get water, and they pay water bills at the end of every month. And this developments, according to them, is actually affecting their daily activities. There's a pipe here. On a normal day, if you open this pipe, there should be some water flowing, but we can see that there's nothing like that happening here. And the people here are saying that they have been with this situation for the past 2 months. I have the lady who manages this particular restaurant who want to engage her to find out how she manages to get water for her activities here. Channel 1 News. Pacho uye ejuma wa hanom yate se nsuo ho nsensem ayedin e wo ha unya nsuo en fa na wo de edi ujuma
ya na yeko county hospital na yeko say papa no so kra no doctor no ne pipe na sa senti say yenyensu si ama ye ejuma ne kra ye tutum
it's not just some ben na o china mumba because of this
ye ba na de chia ye be 3 months ne pipe no mada so ano musa di bills no asa brain ama metu anamo akọ water waste ho me kwa omu se membra omu beba be sha ma yeso still and any 3 days kwa me ko me kwa omu se membra omu beba be sha ma yeso omu ma na me di bills no so akire omu se nye omu ifra kra na me sa de na pipe ne ma na nso so boy ne ba be hwe na eridi no mu timi di bill brain omu su omu nim. All
right, Philip. So she's saying that for the past 3 months they haven't had their taps flowing, and they have to buy water from nearby facilities, and this is actually affecting their activities. She's saying that even sometimes they have to. They come today and the following day they don't come to work because of the issues with water. We want to find out how much she spends on water every day on days that she comes to work.
Oh, yet me you super 50 cities. Be crans so able. A toda na nyame mansu todia yet me so be the year chichi near memuniandi. Tibasa dia ne swat ne be 50 cities.
Nampacha what's a ben hey area hanu.
Oh, maintain me ha.
But amu baby amoda wa hand because ebi mu se ensuo na eto na mu di dware ne obi minya rashes na de more experience bi da.
Me mana me no mo ye adwuma ne do mo de heya no mo da. Ama ebi kra rashes agu mo ge ye otiwi. Rashes agu no. O ya na ne ho keka no ontimi dware ensuo no.
Nti sisi a ejuma no se bia nka ede munya 300 cedis asem count 300 cedis ase sisi a na nsuo ne mba na mo ejuma ho aye den kakra no ahen na munya inede.
Okay, say ekoba se omu ye konsuo ni wo baabi ansa na ya be ejuma ne nti no e ma ye ntimi nwie aduane ne ntamti me fa ne se emo bia 10 cups chisi ye use bia 5 cups because e mo munwie aduane ne ntama ye ntono ntentemtie me ye nyeska no ye nyeska no.
Okay, so Philip, she's saying that because of the water issues, they actually have issues with their productivity and also the revenue they generate on daily basis. And so this is actually a pressing issue here in Abrepor. She's not the only one affected. There are other people around who are also facing similar challenges. But before we go to those people, we want to engage the very people who, cross the road to the other side to fetch water for these activities to happen here at the restaurant. Pacho Mawakwa Baba Channel 1 News.
Yajumuso.
Pacho, a day, Mukunsu obey how many times?
You call it 3 times a day.
3 times now, Mukono, more bread, and I said, we are then, effective woman.
Yeah, my brave, baby, a break, quiet one year, you move and saying in an area, then Koda hospital, you say. None of you was 30 you may say my bread. It's saying to me, and not just say that to be 2 days when they answer.
Me who say bibi amoche se mo senso ne car kwan e da honum e na e very busy so nti mo kosa no mo be na mo bedru a mo ye den na mo twa kwan
yetimi gira ha driver bi woni timo odne on gira mpo mo watwam yetimi gira ha se mo bi twom ansa yetimi akọ so be hwiri suru esta ya brace so ni be so esta bi ni ekọ nyina ya yire yetimi nye hwe.
Thank you so much. So Philip, she's also said she's one of those who actually embark on the activity of water fetching here at the restaurant, and she's saying that sometimes after fetching the water, they have to stand by the roadside for like 10-20 minutes because some of the drivers wouldn't even stop for them to cross the road, and so it's affecting their health. Aside the fact that it affects their productivity, it's also affecting their health here at the restaurant. We are moving to other places to engage other people to also take their perspective on this particular water issue and how it is affecting their activities. I see seamstress here want to engage her. She also uses water, so want to find out from her how she is able to undertake her activities with this issue of water crisis. Pastor, me ma kwaba eba channel 1. Yeah. So, we ejuma wa ha mfia hini and I say water issue no e ade e wa ha na say nansan na eba.
Me ye ejuma wa be 11 years ni. Na ye ne yetutum na we ni de e bro bo hweme ye nya nsuo da. Be bo hweme ni e bro bo hweme. Ye nya nsuo na kura ye nya nsuo ampepa ha. Baby ye nya nsuo bo ni nyina sese ye nya nsuo na kura ye ha ye nya nsuo hwe ha fi ye nya nsuo ampepa ha.
Na what ben ha?
Metu wo hwum.
Inti sisi anu nkose nso baby ananse mo ye den because say o se wan pepa ha. Is it the case say mo ntimi ankose nso amepepa ha na asese?
Baby aye kwose nsuo no. Bo ho na asai e ho nyina asai say e baby mi no county ha e na e kire ha ho nyina asai. Nti ye nim baby say be nya nsuo ntam ha pa de. Ye nim baby be nya nsuo.
Nti mo custom maybe obi be gina tade obi be pama ade na so odru hanum na say e ha ye sa na ye o mo raise concern.
He said they be a pepa and none da ye nya nsuo. And none da ye nya nsuo an fa pepa ha say.
Nti sia na o si baby amokose nsuo no bohos na say na munya baby enkose nsuo sisi ano. Moving forward no mo be dey na munya nsuo apepa.
This say such as one ye bia na ekoto. E de pepa ha. Say ye nya nsuo this ekoto. Me de apepa. No kwa ye nya bi so kwa antohwe. Me kaji na siboyi. Me fra o ma wo mo so mo machines na say.
All right. So Philip, this is a seamstress who has worked here for the past 11 years, and she tells me that since she started working here, she hasn't. I mean, there are times that they close the taps or they don't get water flowing, but this particular one has lasted for a very long time. She tells me that it's been over a month or two, and then they haven't had water. So today, for instance, she didn't clean her place because where she gets water from, the boreholes have issues or have problems, and so she's unable to get water from those places. And she's saying that moving forward, she's going to rely on sachet water to be able to even clean her place to undertake her activities. So the issue here is just so unbearable for people who are actually undertaking their activities within the vicinity. We want to move to other people to get their perspective on this particular issue, what they make of it, how it's affecting their activities, or how whether or not they are still productive with this water issue persisting. I spoke with some authorities of the Ghana Water Limited, and they gave me assurances that they were going to fix the problem. But it's been a week or more now, and we haven't seen anything like that happening here.
So Doris, find out from them if they buy water from the tankers, or how they are able to buy water in large quantity, aside going to wherever far distances they go? Do they also resort to the purchase of water in tanks?
All right. So thank you so much. We have someone here who wants to engage. He works here. Want to find out what he makes of the challenge, how it's affecting. Pacho me ma kwa baba tan wani.
Me jumo so a baba.
Pacho ahaya na uye ejuma ha na wuti.
Ahaya na me ejuma ya me tie chire ya.
Na pacho enso issues e wa ha etse.
Enso issues a e wo kuma se ha anasa abrepo amantema no. Started whereby way back 2024 October. And enso nkwa atwe. Omo ya omo se galamsey na se nsuo no nti gise omutu nsuo no na omu de aduro mo eguma nsa na ometima yeden aye hu bibi nde ko ba se ukobisa omu so next week ebeba Saturday ebeba Monday ebeba omu de disa so every month be allowed be water base so be yeden ebeba water base no so eba no not necessary because ye no ye nya nsuo mu nso so amu beji water base abo no sura na the echo. And sometimes in a basia as a parent and as a family man, it will be painful. A hard be brave. Intino Rebecca said, near Coswano Yadia, a harding. Sisi Amino Cassie crown pipe.
So where do you get water for your activities at home?
Yes, you see, I'm your fun difficult and send away and so be chuckling a quite 3 pounds and also Michelle on nothing and I'm a bedroom. Obran's nsu adware Obran's na wanyi nsu aye ne opese ode ye den ode ye nti ha adwen se ye no ye ye omamba pa na afi ye tua taxes na nso ade e beboa ya ma aye omamba pa no ye nsantumi nye den enka ha adwen nti no empanimfo nhwe na se nsu no hu na atochema se nso obi na etu galamsey wo ho a omoma nipa kro no onyai
na mpacho moto nsuo efi water tankers for no mo moto nsuo mo de cars ebu nsuo ton ni moto bi wo
ebi ni moto but me person there kakra bi na me use ntin me to be free car ebi ni moto majority ni to but yen ma yen akwai to say who are you for na there utwa kwan ya na wakosa na da be dware na wa open be biafa.
Now this particular challenge, you know, how many months and I'm facing?
And I'm since last year, 2024, since October, ABC this time in no pipe.
2024 up until now, moon so bad.
Pipe so be ma for no catch no. So ma.
Almost over 2 months now.
The omo munim no, but they make me so mehu any experience amenya. I omo ncha was pipe. Since last year, October, ABC Samri no Unsuma. Omo baby, omo kwase nso ye hospital ha. Omo tu nsuo ho no mo ye den. Ekoko tobi, omo koto, no mo da bed omo de bed. Oh, ena nipa bia so kan se na no kren so a untu sabi. Ye bre nsuo ho, enso ye di bills ye den. Eba me yetua, which is bad. Ade a me nyusu ye no, e dem me ko tua ho ka, but ye di abase kinchina atua. When Trianzo so pipe no ya lock on. Nti ebedru se emra akra wonya bi nso no ayeden. Wabu. Nti say fish no.
So Philip, what he's saying is that since last year October he as a person hasn't had water at home and he has to go to other nearby communities to get water for his activities. And even today he was late for because he couldn't get water early to bathe and also undertake other activities before coming to work. And he complains about the fact that every month they are billed, they pay water bills, and they are still not getting water. He doesn't seem to understand what is happening, that they pay the bills, yet they don't have water. So he's calling on authorities to intervene and address this water crisis for them so that the activities can move on smoothly. So, Philip, still on the water issues here in Abrepor. Abrepor is actually located in the Bantama constituency. It's along the Barikese dam stretch. And Abrepor seems to be one of the busiest, should I say, enclaves within the greater Kumasi, and this challenge of water has been there for the past 2 months. According to the residents, we are still trying to get the people, I mean, talk about the challenges they go through here in this particular area because of the water challenges they actually face. So, Philip, that's basically what's happening here. Some of them say they buy water from the tankers. Others too say because they do not have much money, they have to undertake the activity themselves. I mean, the water fetching activity themselves, moving to other places to fetch water. And what is troubling is the fact that because it's closer to the main road, a lot of people fetch the water and they have to stand for a very long time before they can cross to wherever they are going. And so it's a big challenge here. And some of them, before we started this particular session, they told me that even there are times that a car would even knock one down.
So before you get to the people you want to speak to, we just saw a truck filled with tank, let me say poly tank. I don't know where it's transporting it to a place maybe where they can save or store water. Have you gotten or received any information from the authorities of the area? There may be a peculiar reason why individuals or residents in Abrempo aren't getting water, or is it a general problem they may have told you, or a general issue that the authorities are telling you? I mean, the Ghana Water Limited.
Yes, for Ghana Water Limited, as at the time I spoke with them, they actually didn't pinpoint the particular challenge that is affecting this particular vicinity. But then they told me that other areas had similar challenges and they went there to fix the problem. One of the areas is Anomanje, which is not too far from Abepo. They went to fix the challenge there. And so they told me that they were working on whatever was causing the water issues here, but that problem hasn't been fixed. I can't really tell what specifically is the challenge here because they were unable to tell me the specific challenge that is affecting the vicinity. Yesterday also, I got the assemblyman to speak with, and he told me that the problem has been there for a very long time. It's been off and on. It's just that this particular one has prolonged. And he told me that he was also engaging authorities at the Ghana Water Limited to fix the challenge. And they told him that he should hold on. They were going to address it. And so that's the situation here, Philip.
Okay, so I think there are some individuals behind you. You can engage them. They are dealers in refrigerator, maybe air conditioner, and they did it for servicing and other things. You can find out from them where they get their water from and if they are also having water challenges.
Okay,
eba enyumle anopa na etwa eba anopa enyumle na etwa enso month bia yitua like water bi month bia yitua e problem sisi ye be si enema eno so ehu aden ye ble e nsu ni ma ye to nsu e wa bontin enso month bia water bi eba last month say yitua 60 cities water bi this month nsu ni ma yo asaba last month asaba sisi eno so say yitua 40 cities ano aden ye sere mo bunye bibi fa o mai abai moye o twem do say ekwan no moye na me nsu na twa ekwan no moye ye blepa basis man si die ensu na ni ni
nsu chese moto nsu ntede no spend sika he won nsu
ede bito nsu o de ensu ri kra de meto metri spend be 15 cities edito nsu de bia 15 20 de bia ansa na month no be so mi mu nsu ensu mi say tua water bi ano ode
Nti pastor me person me tia se me dey bi mu kasa na mu complain say because of so any issues in it. Sometimes they rely on so better rainwater. Also, do you have that experience?
Pa crack me said antena fie. It is so better. Ko na fie ura se bia ma me. O ba adwuma gi se o yi uni na be si. O ba ko so better na ye bu bia ma o. Ero so nyi easy. O se so better so di dwale a ho twa oni ade a so easy. It's yes,
okay, so that is Doris Longta there, Ashanti regional correspondent, bringing us the situation, what is happening at Abrepo concerning the water issue in that area. Very bad. Some residents are saying 6 months, some are saying 2 months, some are saying a month and all that. But the bottom line is there isn't water. There isn't water, and there isn't water. It may be that human involvement, we are having rapid there's a growth in the area, that is a community growth in the area. That is the population growth. The population keeps increasing. So maybe the Ghana Water Limited is having an issue trying to get water to them. Issues with climate change. Maybe we may not have taken it so serious in this country, but it's really getting to us now. Poor water management. You have water in your house. You are not managing it well. You are using water. Like you said the other time, ideally you are supposed to have a way to manage the water you have at your home. We also have issues with the pollution from activities like illegal mining and industrial waste. Illegal mining, Chris, for some time back, that we were drumming that announcement.
Everyone was saying
if we do not stop illegal mining, we will end up buying water. We will end up getting water imported into this country. We will bear the brand and all that. Now, Chris, we can see it for ourselves.
We can see it. But you know, what even shocks me in this whole issue is the fact that the Ghana Water Limited still, you know, has the chest, the strength to bring bills. I don't know. Why are you bringing me bills when
I don't have water?
Why?
Doris Longta is still on the line. Doris, you can continue from where you left off. What more are the residents telling you in Abrepo? Hello, Doris.
Yes, hello.
Yes. So maybe just tell us, you were talking to a gentleman before, we had some technical issue. You would want to wrap up with him, then we move to another person.
Yes, so we're actually done with him. He was talking about the fact that he works around and he has to, each day he spends 15 cedis on water. And he also complained about the fact that he has rashes on his body because most of the time he relies on rainwater, which sometimes gives him rashes. And at the time we were speaking, he showed us some rashes on his skin. We were in one of the houses, want to get a feel of the rainwater that these people collect for their daily activities. So I'm standing by a barrel, and in it is some collected rainwater. If you can see, it looks filthy, dirty. I mean, even without a microscope or a machine to detect the germs in it, just from the look at the physical look of it, you know that this water is not good for consumption or for one to even use for some basic activities at home. And this is what residents in Bantama, in Abrepo, face each day. This is also another barrel filled with rainwater. Yes, this is another barrel filled with rainwater. So most of the people here, I mean, those who are unable to purchase from the tankers or who are unable to cross to the other side to buy water, they actually have to rely on the rain. So if it doesn't rain, then there's no water. And when it rains and they get the water, the last time I was speaking with some of the residents, they told me that because they are they care about their health, they have to boil the water even before they are able to use it to undertake their activities. So that is the situation here. in Abepo. These are also some collected rainwater.
Right.
Yes.
And
So
how
you can see
often
that-
does it rain?
Well, for the rains here, it doesn't rain quite often. I mean, it's once a while. But I said when it rains, then I mean people are happy because they will get water. So for the past week, I think we've just had. I mean, it rained once. Yeah. So this water was collected from the last rain they had.
Right.
So it's actually it's serious here. It's just not easy. And the last time when I came to this vicinity also, they were telling me that sometimes before they leave for work, they have to put their containers out so that in case it rains whilst they are away, they can get water. And they have dogs and other pets at home. They are unable to tell whether a dog drank from the water or like they are just unable to tell. But all they need is the water. So whatever be the case, their focus is on the water. I mean, one of the houses, the tap is also not flowing. Let's engage the lady who lives here, how she manages to get water, aside the collected rainwater, whether she will get water to drink and also undertake other activities, or she solely relies on the water. Pacho Malkwa Babacha no one news.
Yeah.
Nam Pacho, ensuo ni try how many months?
Pacho 1 month, 2 weeks.
Tisi amunya ensuo wa hefa.
I just said ensuo ta ele mesin. Say ensuo so anta I just say ye pie kwa abontin. Se matadi school bi wo esro ase enso kra nansen ko omu se omu boho na se. Nze se omu maye mu bi. Se ye twen se ensuo to ansa na enye ensuo.
Enti me hu se mwenya ensuo ni bi asisi ha no eno no munya ne dabe.
That was 3 days today. Ensuo ni to
na munya asanso. Enti ne mwenya be last for how many weeks and days?
Oh, even 2 days.
That's a mom or Hamodoso pow.
Oh, will be an idea no dear Sintin.
It's more carbon seem be like a quage man answer Bibisa. What the idea seem me
by chine. Said a bay and soon a turn only fear, but they be a onyaka crady a guardian, and said a way I beating their sorted things out.
Me was a soon a ninte, and why a fee. And see, where then am you see, we any be and son and where you say and answer you send a son.
Oh, sometimes, yeah, no, and I said also are using a sir. Sometimes, yeah, no, and I say you're using a sir.
Okay, one son and more using. A be on some using a sir. Nampacho, a be complaining some in a ton, rainwater, no moody diarrhea, munya, some skin infections. Why experience be that?
Me pacho and dear me experience be that. But me person no. Say a more fancy, me share my dear no go 4 times and son menya. The answer ni kakra. No meeting me the I near manga grand.
That's just a woman your names when the crash sound. Say
a tradia, a jay told the name menya be.
Wow, and see, which one am more be a found?
Yet, two and a mono, yet to see, I see, oh, moye swam quino. And a business brony chromo quina, oh, moye and suntia. Insinama that problem yenyan.
Now, when my family member or that man know how money na casada.
Me patch dead, medium minima assembly man.
Into why mona on your mocasai or moca, raise those.
Miami collies nibia minu mo idiagro, and I'm busy beside no one say swam quino. A business say brony chromo quina, oh, moye insinama that problem you facing.
But I be complaining, say, Omunian so, but still a mucha water bill, one so, which our water bill, Nibiana.
A patch so far, water bill there, my that woman in soon try and maybe say water bill in your buy. See, yeah, where's a baby, dear? A bash of the idea.
I didn't know
1 month, 2 weeks. You. Oh, far, dear, now quabontia. Small rubber, a bed of 50 pesos. Rubber can see is a black one, 1 city, 50 pesos. Na makoto nsuo no abontin na ebi ni ho makoto bi wa abontin na masa betua water bill. Inti na ama beble decide say water bill ne ba o mu ntua.
Nti ede no aside say nsuo beba ma wenye nsuo no, how much do you spend on water?
Me per se ndie. Me find so far ya me nkwani nti na ede. Me spend be 4 buckets of water because eno ana adi bi beko washroom ni nasifo. Nti me use to dware morning dware one na evening me dware one na say bia pese me kwa washroom a ti roughly by 4 buckets.
Unsi niema.
Me see the week. That 3 days today nsuo ni to na meeting na me see me niema. Because me nsina se nsuo ni twa nsuo ni jaita minya nsuo emfa nsi niema no. Kakra na amaso esi wo no. Me ka se me de besi niema am ba chi me nti se me sa fa ade ekọ abontin na makwa akọ.
Nti woti nsuo ni mu na wusi niema na wu nsuo se bia yare bi betimi abo ne ade because nsuo to na otimu.
Ya kan enya aba because wa anya ehin na abenya nsuo ade asi. Nsuo ni ba bia gise nsuo to na wonya nsuo ade asi niema no anase wakwa abontin akwa akobubi na ade abisi.
All right, Philip. So the situation is not different from the other people we spoke with earlier. She is also complaining of the fact that it's been a month and some 2 weeks that she hasn't had water. And I've noticed that with the people we engage, they have varied period of time that they haven't had water. Some are saying 6 months, others are saying 4 months, others are saying 3, others are saying 2, others are saying a month and some few weeks. So the situation here is I don't know how to describe it, but it's affecting livelihoods, and the residents are urgently appealing for for intervention so that they can at least get water to undertake their daily activities. Because aside the fact that it affects their productivity, it also affects their health because they get water. Some of them rely on rainwater. The lady was telling me that the last 3 days when it was raining, she was in the rain washing because she didn't want a situation it would stop raining and she wouldn't get water to wash. So she had to wash in the rain, and we all know the health implications of that. So residents are actually suffering from the situation, from the water crisis here in Abrepo, and they are calling on authorities to address whatever challenge it is so that they can get water for their daily activities. Philip, we'll move to other houses as well to get their take on this particular issue. So this is one of the houses. We just spoke with a resident, someone who stays here. The house is big, so I guess most of them have left. Yes, hello.
Yeah, so I was saying before you speak to the person, I was asking, having spoken to the authorities at the Ghana Water Limited, did they give you any timeline as to when they will sort this out? Because they just keep telling you they're going to sort it out, but are there timelines to this sorting out?
Well, when I speak with them, let's say if today I call, then they'll be like, tomorrow we'll fix the challenge. And the next day they don't do it. I call again and they tell me tomorrow. So they keep postponing. I don't really know. And they are unable to tell me the specific challenge. Maybe we are working on this by a week or two, we should be done. But anytime I call, it's always tomorrow we'll fix it, tomorrow we'll fix it. And it's never happening. So I don't really know what's happening at their end.
Okay, Doris, as you move along to engage other residents, we'll speak to the public relations officer for the Ghana Water Limited in the Ashanti region, Ebenezer Padina, and find out what really the issue is and what they are doing about it from their end. Hello, sir. Good morning.
Good morning.
This isn't the first time we are having a conversation on water in the Ashanti region.
Okay.
Not long ago, we engaged you. But are you aware of the situation in Abrepo?
Good morning, and then let me use this opportunity to greet your service listeners and viewers. Yes, so it came to my attention this week that some sections of Kopo were not getting water. So I quickly spoke with the team on the ground, which also gave me a briefing that yes, they've noticed some customers, not all, some customers are not getting water. So quickly, the whole plan is that they should go and ascertain what the issue is. Yesterday, I was briefed that they had to carry out an exercise of isolating a line which is coming from Ibuakwa. So what we are going to do is that we are going to manage the water within that space. So we are going to take Ibuakwa, a portion of Ibuakwa spread for some days, and then feed this section, and then rotate the same way. I received this morning that some people within the catchment or within the area which is under the compensation received water. So I have asked the district to go back and see those who didn't receive water and then probably find out what the issue is.
But with the little briefing you received, what really is the problem? Has it got to do with the pipelines? Has it got to do with the distribution of water, population growth, among other things? What your plants or the machines you have are faulty? What really is the problem?
So we are still investigating what the probable cause would be, because it's strange that such thing is happening. Like you mentioned, we spoke about the entire stretch, Swami and what have you. That issue has been resolved. So we were hoping that, once we were able to resolve the larger part, all this would have been solved. But knowing the other portions like this, it means that we have to go back and then find out what the issue could be. But like, as I mentioned, this is a peculiar issue we are zooming in to look at.
All right, Mr. Nara, obviously, speaking to the residents, some have said, okay, this started 2 months ago. Some have said it started last year, and some said it started a month ago. So it seems like there's, everybody's feeling it differently. But obviously, as the custodians of water in the country, Ghana Water Limited, and of course, you are representing the Ashanti region, you should have known that there was a problem. Did we have to wait this long, or did they have to wait this long before you move into action?
Okay, so the answer is probably that, you see, as it stands now, we will not be able to tell that a portion of our customers are not receiving water if we do not receive complaints from them. But then again, last week, closer to Okubi Hotel, Anuman district, the team went to fix a best there. Now, the whole thing is that if water is not going through, how were they able to fix a best? We understand that, we are supposed to give customers water, but again, water is the only commodity we are trading. So if our mandate is to serve and the water is available and there are no challenges, I believe there is no interior motive for Ghana Water to say that we are going to deny a section of our customers or their population water. But then there could be issues which we are trying to investigate to find out what the probable cause will be. And as I mentioned, we are informed that it's not all. And just like you asked, the narration even varies. Some are saying months, some are saying 2 weeks, some are saying it comes at dawn. So the whole narration is not that there's no water at all, but then we are looking at how best we can resolve this issue.
Right. Are you rationing water in the area? Is there any plan like that?
Yes, like I mentioned last week or so when we spoke, we are doing what we call water management schedule. So it's something that has been in existence, not now.
The same thing is happening in the Ashanti region. And is it because the numbers have increased or you are not able to distribute enough?
Okay, so a recap with the last conversation we had, I told you that even if we are to produce at our planned capacity, which is impossible looking at the number of years this system has been installed. So between our production figures and then the demand, there's a vacuum which we can't fill. So the best thing we can do is that we can't serve people 24/7.
Right.
We have to rotate or alternate supply. So we serve a particular area number of days. We serve other areas, which is known.
Okay.
If you ask our customers, they know that where I stay, I don't get water on Fridays because the water is moved to other places. This is known. We've been practicing this over years now. But where there are peculiar issues and we receive complaints, then we zoom in to see what the issues might be, and then we find probable solutions to it.
Some of the residents are saying that they are not receiving water, but they are receiving bills.
Yes. So yes, you receive bill, but then if you haven't consumed water, if your meter has not read, you receive bill, but then your consumption will read 0. So you will not be charged. But then it's a contract or it's a service. So we would alert you that at the end of the month, this is your bill, but if you haven't consumed, it's 0.
Mr. Na, with that part, I find it's okay. Maybe it's supposed to be 0, but for me, well, I'm talking for me in Accra, my own experience, I have not received water, but I get a bill of like 4 cedis. And I'm wondering, where did that bill come from?
4 drops.
Yes, it's like 4 drops of water. I guess that's what you're charging me. And now one of the residents said he did not use water, but he had a bill of like, is it 60 cedis?
I think so.
Yeah, 60 cedis. So I was wondering why. Even the first lady we spoke to, she said she had a bill, and none of them said 0. And I'm standing behind them because I've also experienced that before. It wasn't 0.
So what really go into the billing? The person hasn't received water, but you could bill.
Thank you very much for this question. Did I hear you say your bill came 4 cedis?
Yeah, mine.
It's strange because even with your consumption and then the service charge, it would be strange to have any bill, under 4 cedi or something.
Right.
But then again, now let's look at this very carefully. You see, we have a billing range, okay, or a billing cycle of 28 to 30 days. So assuming today is 17th of April, your last meter reading was somewhere 1st of March. Okay. So 28 days, the cycle has to take from 1st of March to a date that completes the 28 days. That is the system that we use in billing. If within that 30 days, there is no consumption, when the meter reader goes to read your meter on the 1st of March and then goes to read 28th of March, which becomes 1 month. But in our system, you realize that the reading is such that every month is into the other. So when you check your bill, like you're saying, the people you are with check if they have the paper bill. Now we no more do the paper bill. But then you realize that the last activity date is within the month. And so the first and last is between 2 months, which falls within the 28 days. If the customer receives no water and the meter did not read, the customer is not supposed to receive a bill. But then again, we have customers that in the whole month, his or her tap goes 2 days, 3 days, they fill their reservoirs, they fill their polytank and what have you. But because they are looking at it that it didn't flow for the whole month or a majority of the days in the month, then he or she is not supposed to be billed. No. Once the meter reads, if it's a day or it's 2 days, 3 days, once the meter reads and is within the 28 cycle, you are going to bill for that consumption.
Well, maybe we would have to delve deeper into this another time. But in the interim, what should residents of Abrepor, people who have not gotten water yet, what should they be doing, and how soon are you going to fix it?
To appeal to customers, like we always say, our doors are always open. If you are not receiving water on their bills, we have our call center lines on. Most of them have my number. Most of them are closer to the district. They should draw closer to the district so that we understand what is happening there and then go to their aid. It's unfortunate to sometimes hear that people are not getting water for a number of days, number of weeks, and it looks like nobody saying anything until your very self or other media sources goes there before they make it known. No, we are here to serve them. They are the reason why we exist. So where they have challenges, they have difficulties, it is their right to come to us to tell us that, this is my challenge. And then we look at how best we can serve them. Like I always say, our mandate is to serve the people of Ghana and Asante region.
Right. Anyway, Mr. Ebenezer Padina, thank you so much. But before we let you go, we would like to wish you a happy birthday. A little birdie told us it was your birthday. Happy birthday, and I wish you many more years and more grace to your elbow as you do this Ghana Water Limited job, because we are coming for you. It's not easy.
And also, your birthday gift to the people of Abreport should be that they should get water.
Yes, so we are telling them that Ghana Water Limited, we apologize for the inconveniences with cost. We probably might not be the cause, but we are looking at what the issues will be, and we are looking at resolving it as soon as possible. Our sincere apologies to them. We are committed to serving them potable water, and we'll do this without fear or any challenges. It's unfortunate this is happening, but we are resolved to serve them. So we plead with them to bear with us in this challenging time. This too are past.
Of course, we hope it passes soon.
Right. Thank you so much. Now we actually have some messages.
A lot of messages.
Concerning the issue of water. And we're going to start with this. Hello, Breakfast Daily team. My name is Hannah, watching from Amasaman. This water issue is everywhere. Where I live, for instance, water flows once in a blue moon. It even flows. And when it does, it flows just on weekends. Meanwhile, at the end of the month, they will bring you a water bill.
And that's what we're asking. And he says that if you've received water for some weeks or some days and you think that
even
it's not
some hours
and it's not come at that another moment, you shouldn't think that you're not receiving bill. Magdalene, a message from her says that how are living conditions so terrible? I am waiting for my water bill to come, and I'm actually scared to know how much it will be this time round. Meanwhile, my routines, schedules, and how I use everything at home hasn't changed. For God's sake, I wash once a month. If you won't give me water, fine. But why would you keep charging me for a resource you don't give me? That's a question coming from Magdalene. And also a Kriya watching from Kaswa says that looks like water crisis is nationwide, or it's a nationwide thing. Water barely flows where I live, and it does. When what it does is very dirty. You can't use it to cook nor drink.
All right, Dakwa from Wages says they should be ashamed of themselves. Look at how you're treating Ghanaians. Why is the water not available? Are you counting the water or something? All these diplomatic answers are getting us nowhere.
Well, please, water has not been flowing at Gbechile, Soldier Line, at Michelle Camp for the past 6 months, but they keep on bringing bills. So it's the bills. And from what Ebenezer Padina said, you will definitely receive the bill. Even if it flows through your tap like a minute or two, you definitely receive the bill. But Doris Longta is still on for us. Doris, have you been able to engage other residents? I'm sure that they're also saying same.
Yes. So, Pacho, Ghana Water and Penny for say moving forward. No, maybe solving more challenge.
So on there can because every idea is see and I check nearest 2 months in. Think of Mamma Mudia, I'm not sure saying, "Okay, bet you Musa." I am my consume Chakwam Canty, Carbo, na end. And so, time on swan, what they be in the baba. So, until almost can ye, the one can ye, and pay for the be a table. I want some about come back as 17. Actually, no, who dear Quakusi. It is almost on Baba Behama, or more tries on Baba Behama because you have bread. It's so tank you will by year who you and so be any. We might catch them and say, Ekakra, on Kunsu, a sanko coast studies, as Mamma Najai, women any rain. So it is almost a painful no visa almost a human or more dear. Or more homeless now. Yes, we hear your man, no man, yes, on way I know the crataba. No abeji, crataba, no abeji. Then to see a TD, Tinma, Diaba, Musebia, this month, the ammunition was a baby. Omo de beche nti omo so nhwe no munye nyesa bedu ba bi no e ba kwa ese light de won se yagi bum na ye to omo wo ayi ho no na se di besi si se ne tuo na baba ma na so because nsuo de ehia water is life so
nti se anu we expect say this month so na mani nti no omo de beche omo amfa nche no omo de ba wuntua na
oh dabi se mi hu baby ayi bi a nsuo bi a ma wisu ah se mi kotua sa won ka arrest kura me ni hu adaje asem kotua so ntino omo ka asem na omo nka ne ye da bia wano e wadodo asem we yen ka mu bisa wo mu ka o se nka etiawa wo point no abo point na etwa onzo wagina fon no so sa iti so ama me dia ya so be ba yentua
nti meti wase na chese wo ba nka okọ classes ba nsuo ni nti onya nkọ class
onya nkọ because me ba na nsuo ni fi ade omo di be ye aduane kura bi ni ho so enye nne enye nra ache omo ye mpemfo omo ti omo te sin nyina asa ade ne mba se mo amamu a menye sure se nka bia omo be fi ye
na enso ni twae no mo bo omo amane
se eni ano anso omo ti o so omo te meti maka se waterfall ni bi ti ablefo omo nyina omo te se de e kon de e ba nyina omo nim pa
Piero ne kasa na okan bibi se eya mo wo mo contact even at the district level no mo wo contact a nsuo no nke twa e wo se mo from mo
e ba yi abepokese fo o manya bi kokosu nya bi nti water bia yi for penfo ne bi nti kokosu so o mati o munim ni nyina nti we ave ne e betwefo asa flow bi o ba bi ma wo na wo so check up na hu se bia area we makwa ha mahu omo mbejeje no kra so munim se zuo ma so ti ase nti de ba bi na ensan kan kire o
omo mbejeje asin omo de paper bill na brel
ah they say no enya paper bill ba omo send the phone so but ono ba be ready ansa no tima send yina ma so omo munim se yatum dada
nti omo be ready a am catch from but omo mfi
omo mfi wo wan say the baby aba kan ho amam so ti di omo ya ne in fact enya fe ba bi anya nsuo broni krom se omo nsuo bibra ba ko fie o omo nsuo adidam nti se adidam a die nti na osem mo check ye so ye de ma ye nye free so ti omo kasa de a omo kan ye da bia na betwefo aflo nti oba yale anim se oba yale so ti ase
Doris, kindly wrap up with him on that.
Kan cho se o yare
so so to me se oba yo da ho ne ho ayeshi so you also come na ko ada so de ko hospital na say so iti water there ehia pa nsuo ni yanka light ni wo kra na nsuo wa ye beto torch ni bi ne dia hwedem ne anu nsuo so iti omuhwe ni ye.
All right, thank you so much. So Philip, he's saying that his daughter was supposed to go for extra classes, but because of the issues with water, she has to stay at home and fetch water so that they will be able to use that for their basic needs. And so today, no classes for the girl. And he's also saying that he doesn't expect water bill this month because he hasn't consumed water. And so if Ghana water bills him, he's not going to pay the bill. So that's the issue here. We are still in Abripo in the Bantama constituency, speaking with residents on their water issues. Residents here, some are saying they've not had water for over 2 months, others are saying 6 months. But all in all, their activities are affected. It's affecting their productivity, their health. I mean, all other aspects of their lives are at stake now, and they are urgently appealing for Ghana Water to swiftly intervene and fulfill their promise. I mean, the PRO is saying that they will come as soon as possible to fix the challenge here. Let's find out from this man if he's hoping that they'll be able to do that in the next 2 days.
You can engage a lot more of them, maybe after. But right now, what we have gotten is enough. They are stating, and they've made it categorically, that they do not have water. We've spoken to Ebenezer Padina, who is the PRO of the Ghana Water Limited in the Ashanti region. He has stated that they are trying to work around it. It's his birthday today, so he should give the people of Abrepo birthday present by ensuring that the water flows. But Chris, I was saying something like the water issue, studies that we depend on, because the Ghana Water Company has to depend on a water body, treat the water, and the water gets into your home. So if that water body is destroyed by illegal mining, and you expect the Ghana Water Limited to do magic, they wouldn't. So let's try and find ways and means. The authorities try and find ways and deal with these things. The Lands and Natural Resources Ministry, the MMDCEs, the government of the day, try and fight the issue of Galamsey.
Yeah, and you know, I think every institution that is connected to this problem right now just needs to learn to be proactive. We don't always need to talk about it because people are feeling it.
Of course.
But we don't always have to bring it on our platform before you know what's happening. Like the Ghana Water Limited in this area already knows that this is happening. It's like escalated. We don't always have to talk about it. People send messages, people cry about it before you know that these issues are serious. And I think a lot of times people at the top do not even feel it as people down feel it just because they don't live in those areas. If you live in those areas, you would feel it. And then something would have been done about it. But because you do not live in those areas, you don't feel it. You have your water in your house. You probably have an extra borehole in your house, you know, that pumps water. And so you are very relaxed.
If you do not get water, you'll be able to import water for yourself and feed your children, or get your children and yourself water in your house. So you don't care about the masses. But this is an issue that we must all try and resolve. You are still watching Breakfast Daily on Channel 1 TV. We're back with more of this and others concerning water, and also interviews, among others.
On Footprints this Friday, retired Army General Brigadier General Robert Ofei-Saki shares his insights from his more than 2 decades of service in the military, including his first-hand experiences during the 1981 coup d'etat.
So you were the instructor for the boys' company?
I was there from 1978 to 81. And the Jua and all those people,
they passed through.
They sent me to Gonda at first, and then the guy took me away from Gonda and brought me to Air Force Guard room.
Which guy did that?
One Awuni. Some of the boys' company people I knew. They saw me being brought there, and then they sent me to the Air Force. So they went and told Jua about me having been sent to the Air Force Guard room. Then I heard somebody calling my name. Where's Captain Arusak? Then Jiwa emerged. He came in, he saw me, he started asking them, who did this to this officer? He was my platoon commander. He made soldiers out of us. Who did this? The guard room was quiet.
So Jiwa actually intervened?
Yes, he intervened. My training of dissuading people from making coups and so forth. It's not only Jiwa. There are other personalities when I tell you.
Like who?
Indirectly, I've worked with Kori Kwashiga.
Footprints airs this and every Friday at 7 p.m. only on Channel 1 TV.
Ago. Ghana for me chia munyina. We dey amunye maso kakra. Na muntie me. Unimi ana unimi na nso temene a. Uye good na wo sha atade a. Mpese me ni udi nkomobi. Aya about ye force ya emu sensem ne ne ye. Uni se na wotwe bia ayem pimpim na ye kra. Free abrochie bedu kro mu ha ya. Na ma ye nya bi ahye. Na ma ye ho ayefe. Nante mansa ni botom swaede. Na wotwe bia sa nyema nyina begu mu a. No be all the things na ye timiton ni nyina. To da bi mpa nyane a wutwa na wunya. Ma nyema nyina sanso abaye ka. Nyema we nyina hena antidigu. Ma na watchi be ofofro abedru ibie su che opan wani boso a bebohu ni antidiegu yankomra yebehu to be sha brana betie ya nyarusa yeah my say if you buy from us come and listen if we don't come back yeah my say yeah, man, I see where you now. Anti saying row, china bola cat, nemefa, tibola phone so abesisa elko shiegu. Now what you swear by, see a beka beguso, jai, and ya grow, a dear in the door so. Okasa miming chomo, make us say, oh. Yeah, my diary to go no every day, woo. Abuano babu come every fire so, where dear bola papa, machine so pan, a town where one may hide green party. CNC niacha abayadin yesisi kechia da bi aso bayehye tie nyina nka mom ehia mento utimi di bi chensa ya mentu wo enya ne saa beti enya ne saa to bi sha brana betie ya nya ne saa yeah my say if you buy from us come and listen. If we don't come back, yeah, my say. To be shy, rana betie, ya nyanusa, yeah, my say. If you buy from us, come and listen. If we don't come back, yeah, my say.
All right, welcome back. We're just listening to Pure I Can, and right now it's time for us to have a conversation with him, as he is our personality for the day. Let's get to know him, who he is really, what he's all about, the music, what he's up to, and so much more. Hi, Pure I Can.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm good.
You know, I told you I know you from last time.
You did.
I think I remember when. You know what? I've actually interviewed you before.
I know.
For the chat.
I know.
Yeah, so I was like, this is the same guy. How are you?
I'm good.
It's nice to have you here.
Yeah,
all right, so let's get into knowing Pure Akan, the real Pure Akan.
Yeah.
There's the Pure Akan and there's the human being before Pure Akan.
Yeah.
Pure Akan is like the max that we all know.
Yeah.
So who is the guy behind Pure Akan? What's your name and all that?
My name is Kwabena Pia. I grew up in Accra, born and grew up in Accra. And I love music.
Yeah.
Just cool dude. If you listen to me, you hear more of high life, hip life, hip hop.
Right.
I believe that this music is a gift, and I put in effort to use this gift to connect with people and engage with people.
Right. So, what was your childhood like, and also how did music come up in all this?
So when I was a kid, I was fortunate that when I was on holidays, they would take me to the village to go kick it with my grandparents. So it sort of gave me an insight of what life could be besides the one that we all knew in Accra. I was exposed to a lot of cultural differences, and how to sort of see what is happening in places that is not Accra, see the challenges that people were going through over there, and so on and so forth. And it sort of helped me have a better understanding of what life could be for somebody who's a Ghanaian.
Right, right. And then how did, coming up with, when did it occur to you that, you know what, I think I want to use my language to put out my music? Because you're not so old, you're young. A lot of people like you want to speak English, or put out some sort of music, but your own, we can still feel the link between your roots. How did all that come up? Why did you say, okay, you know what, I want to do it like this, I don't want to go the way everybody is going, and I hope it makes sense to everyone?
Yes. I think you have to assess yourself as an artist. For me, it was the time when I asked myself what my story was and where I want to take this music. And out of this questioning, I came to a realization that, you know what, I do perform so well in Twi, and also my grandmother can hear me when I'm speaking in Twi, and my people can hear me when I'm speaking in Twi. Like, anywhere I go in the world, I say I'm a Khan, and they know that I am Ghanaian. So for me, this was a good way to represent where I'm from, and also take the opportunity to let people know what our culture is about.
So how did you come up with Pure Khan?
Were
there other names?
No, I used to be Kwabena Shai.
Kwabena Shai?
Yeah.
So then what happened?
You see, Kwabena Shai didn't really have any significant meaning connected to what I was doing, but Pure Khan, in fact, it was Akan, and then we changed to Pure Khan.
Any reason why?
For Pure Khan?
From Akan to Pure Khan.
Obviously, I am pure with a craft.
Okay.
And also, when you look for Akan, there was a lot that was showing up. They show you Kumasi, they show you Ashanti, show you your Konfanoche. And so when we added the pure, it became easy to identify that I was the one.
Right. Okay, so let's go back to your roots. So your Akan comes from which side?
It comes from Ekuapem and Kwewu.
Ekuapem and Kwewu.
Yeah.
All right, so you're repping.
Yeah.
All right. That's nice.
Yeah.
And now let's talk about your music. Why did you decide to, go the route you're going? A bit of high life and hip life, and just keep it Ghanaian.
Yeah.
Why is it important for you to keep your music Ghanaian?
Yeah. I think identity, for me, I'm very heavy on identity. Who you are as a person, where you are from, the food you eat, the clothes you wear, your language that you speak, defines who you are as a person. And so for me, it was a big window to step in and do something that my people can connect with, something that I can use to engage people, something that I can use to remind people that they are human beings themselves and they can be celebrated.
Right. What's your best food?
Oh, Charlie, some fufu with some nice soup. Yeah.
Any soup?
Any soup.
As long as it's fufu?
Yeah, as long as it's fufu and the soup is fire, a day.
Okay. So what is it that the public doesn't know about you?
I think the public don't know that I'm very...
That they're hearing it here for the first time?
Well, maybe. That I'm very heavy on positive things, things that bring good things to people. I'm currently working on the song I just performed. Is a project that we call Second Chance. that is throwing light on the work that is happening in Cantamanto. Our traders, our mothers and fathers, and the challenges that is going on there. And so I use this opportunity to address some of the things that is going on there. And so, yeah, if you don't know me, I'm very heavy on good things. So if you have like some really good things that you work,
like inspiring things only.
yeah, I'm the guy.
Good energy.
Come to me.
All right. All right. So let's talk about now your songs. How many songs do you have to your name?
Yeah. Oh, songs?
Yeah.
Oh, there's a lot. There's a lot of songs that I have. Yeah, I have 3 albums now. First album is Onipa Kuma. Second one is Nyamema. Third one is Odawemu. And the one that we are currently working on is called Second Chance.
Right, so that's like 4 albums right now.
Yes, yes.
Wow. And if you put the number of songs you've made for all these albums, how many would you say? Are we looking at more than 100?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, close to 100.
Close to 100.
Yeah, I also have singles. Yeah, so close to, yeah.
Yeah, close to 100.
Yeah.
And
or maybe 100
and
plus.
for how long have you been doing this?
This should be my 8th year.
8th year.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I love it for you.
Yeah.
And you're enjoying it. Seems like you're enjoying it.
Yeah.
Because you're on your own path.
You have to. Like I said, you have to decide as an artist, as a person, what you want to do with your life. And every decision comes with some consequences.
Yeah.
And so you decide that this is what I want to do and I'm sticking to it, or I'll pivot when it's needed.
Yeah.
But this is my
So
path.
like when I look at you, you're very artsy.
Thank you.
Yeah, your style just screams art.
Yeah.
And what actually inspires it? Or who inspires it?
It's God. It's God. But also it's like it's a way, my art is an extension of how I express myself. I wake up in the morning and I'm going to dress the way I feel. I want to be this persona today, and so I'll show up in that person. I want to be vibrant today, so you see me in that. Yeah. So yeah.
Your hair has become very long from
Thank
the last
you.
time I saw it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right. I like I said that you are very artsy. So is there any other art that you do apart from singing?
I'm heavy in photography. I also do a lot of art direction. Yes, I also direct. I'm a movie maker too. So yeah, small. You can see.
Do people know about that?
No.
See, for the first time. You're standing here.
Yeah.
Exclusively on Breakfast Daily.
Yeah.
That's nice. That's nice. So, have you worked on some projects already?
Yes, I've worked on a film called Pukua. It was executive produced by a lady a Ghanaian American. She's called Kesua. It was shot in Kumasi. All crew cast from Kumasi.
Oh wow!
Yeah,
great. That's a good one. And your photography?
Yeah.
So your photography, can we see the pictures? Are they like? Is there like a place you actually have?
Yeah, it's on Instagram, but I'm not showing you.
You don't want us to know. So you're one of those people. Oh, okay.
Yeah, I want people to enjoy my music,
right?
You know, and also enjoy the photography as it is, not because they like Akan.
Because it's pure Akan.
Yeah.
Right. Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting. So what's your recording process like? What do you have to go through mentally before you put in a piece of art?
Yeah. It's a lot of preparations. It also depends on the song that you're working on, the project you're working on. There are some songs you listen to the beat for a week or sometimes a month to catch a vibe or to able to connect to what you want to say on the beat. There are some beats to hear and then you just take a pen and a pad
and that's it.
And that's it. Yeah, so it depends on what's on the table. Yeah.
All right. I know you have fans from all over the world that listen to you.
Yeah.
Now, what should your fans expect from you in the coming future? Is there anything cooking up?
Yeah. So, like I said, I have a new project. The project is coming out. It's called A Second Chance, and it features various artists: One Love, Sister Deborah, Gasmela, Kwesia Meuga, and a few other people. And it's shedding light on the Cantamanto situation, the fire that happened recently, and how they are coming back to uplift themselves and get a market going. There's also a waste situation that is happening with the goods that they are trading, and so we are shedding more light. The album is coming soon. We have a vinyl coming out soon.
A vinyl?
Yes.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yes, and the video is coming out next week. So I'll urge everyone to check it out. The album is called Second Chance. The first single is called Ago. That is what I just performed. Amazing song, educative, interactive. I'll urge everybody to go check it out. And peace and love.
Yeah, peace and love. Peace and love to you too. But I just noticed something.
Yeah.
All this, like describing your album, I just noticed that everything drives towards sustainability and also making impact in the world when it comes to protecting our environment.
Yes.
How important is protecting the environment to you? And would you call yourself an environmental activist?
Yeah, I should be. I am a cultural defender and a protector as well. And that is what my art has been about. The environment is all we have. The land, the sea, the air, the plants, that is all we have. And it's important that we protect them for ourselves, for the future generation. And so having a platform like this, it's important that I address some of these issues that is happening around us.
So you believe in climate change?
Yes, of course, it's happening. Even this first quarter of the year, we can see like the temperature is so high. And the rains are starting when we least expected them, or they are coming earlier. So there is some shift in the climate, and it has to do with how we also engage with it. So it is important.
Wow, it's actually nice to see a musician that is not just about making music and making money, but also trying to make impact, and especially with a topic as sensitive and important as the environment.
Yes.
Thank you so much. It was really nice talking to you. And
pleasure.
Any last word to your fans?
Second Chance is coming out very soon. Please go check it out. Big shout outs to the All Foundation for putting everything together, and big shout outs to Channel 1 TV for giving us this opportunity to talk about such a sensitive and important topic like this.
Right.
Thank you so much.
And your social media handle and streaming platforms, how can people get
Pure Akan. Just go check me out everywhere. It's Facebook, X, Instagram, TikTok, Snapchat, YouTube, all your streaming platforms. Pure Akan, you'll find me.
All right. Thank you so much, Pure Akan.
Pleasure.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, you've heard it from Pure Akan. Go out there and support him. This is not supporting him just because he makes good music, but he's also trying to save the environment. So probably you can even listen to something that will inspire you on how to protect your environment, because we've been talking about water issues since Monday, and we can clearly see that in some areas in the country is an effect of climate change. So it's real, and when people like this come on this platform, I think it's important to say it. Let's go out there and support them, because they're definitely trying to make impact. Now it's time for us to check out our entertainment highlight of the day, and we'll be right back. Stay tuned.
Hello and welcome to Entertainment Highlights on Breakfast Daily. My name is Ni Komete Kome. Now to our first highlight. Ghanaian officer cadet Thelma Gbewonyo has been awarded the prestigious Sandhurst Medal after successfully completing the commissioning course at Royal Military Academy Sandhurst in the UK. She received the honor from Major General Nick Cowley. The award recognizes her discipline, leadership, and commitment. Her achievement is a proud moment for Ghana and a powerful inspiration for young women aspiring to join the military. We say congratulations to Thelma Gbewonyo. Now to our next highlight. Ghanaian music star Black Sherif has made history again as his new album, Iron Boy, debuts at number 10 on the Billboard World Albums chart, released on April 3. The 15-track album makes him the only Ghanaian artist with both debut and sophomore albums appearing on the chart. The feat follows the success of his first album, The Villain I Never Was, and further cements his global influence. Another congratulations to Ghanaian music star Black Sherif. Now to our next highlight. Actress and filmmaker Yvonne Nelson says she has no interest in altering her body through cosmetic surgery. Speaking on Joy News' career trail, Yvonne stressed her satisfaction with her natural look, calling body enhancement a result of insecurity. She said she'd only go to the hospital to have more babies, not for procedures. As a mother, she also wants to set a good example for her children and warns that altering your body can be an endless cycle. Now for our next highlight, we're still staying on the body because Ifeah Odo is weighing in on the body enhancement debate, urging women to stop relying on cosmetic surgery to fix insecurities. The socialite took to X, saying no external change can replace spiritual grounding. She encouraged women to find their worth in Christ, describing him not as a religion but as one's true self. According to Ifeah, self-validation must come from within. Now let's check out Channel 1 TV's Top 10 Countdown.
I need some help. Come on, head on fire, can't cool.
Number 9.
You lost a good one. My
Number 8.
Because me feel too larger than life. It's never like me now have a type. You are my type.
Number 7.
Next door and every door.
Number 6.
Please send all the days to the max. Please just rewind, let me shake it to the max. Shake it to the max. Shake it to the max.
Number 5.
Good girl someday. He did. He did. Sure. Good girl someday.
Number 4. Number 3.
I never want to share my girl. You know make I carry your love. You never me sell them down carry my cross.
Number 2.
Excellent. You go put me for emergency. Shorty, excellent.
Number 1.
Don't forget about me so soon. I saw it go.
This is the Channel 1 Countdown.
And this is how we conclude today's session of Entertainment Highlight on Breakfast Daily. For more entertainment news like this, visit GhanaWeekend.com and Ghana Weekend TV on YouTube. My name is Ni Komete Kome.
This year, take the first step towards a deeper connection with God and one another. Join us for the Family Consecration Service, a powerful journey of faith, love, and renewal. In 2025, we are called to consecrate our homes, our hearts, and our lives.
The Lord is protecting you with His favor this morning in the name of Jesus. May the Lord favor your going out. May the Lord favor your coming in.
to dedicate ourselves and our families to the path of faith, grace, and unity. Through prayer and reflection and a shared devotion, the Family Consecration Service 2025 brings families closer together, strengthens bonds, and invites God's presence into every corner of our homes. It's on Thursday, 1st of May 2025 from 6 a.m. to 12 noon. The venue is the Oil Dome, Royal House Chapel International, Accra. There will be renewal of vows for married couples.
On this occasion, I'm asking you to forgive me for all the hits and pain I have caused you.
Join countless families around the world as we come together to consecrate our lives in the spirit of love and faith. A consecration for today and for generations to come. Make this year a new beginning. Family Consecration Service 2025 for the love of God and the love of family. Join us this year. Together, let's consecrate our families and our hearts.
Welcome back. This is still Breakfast Daily on Channel 1 TV. Well, we've brought you a number of things on this show, starting from Nana to 4 with a newspaper review and the guest on set. But Chris, the water issue, it's a big problem because see, if you do not have money to buy it from the tanks, you are doomed. For instance, you say in a community where you are not even able to even store the rainwater. That means you have like you are dead. You don't have anything to survive on.
Monday and Tuesday.
Bupela.
Yeah, they have no rain. It's dry.
Totally dry. And you move to Damongo. Totally dry. They are not able to get water. Their barrels are empty, and they would have to travel long distances to go and get water, walk, and not even drive. They would walk long distances to go and get water. And the Sigri electoral area that we went there on Monday, also they're struggling with animals for the same water source, among other things. And it tells you that the climate change issue that we've been touching on is real. It's not something we are joking with, because see, if this issue is not resolved with time, to get to a particular period where, like we've been stating here, we'll have to import water. We may think that is far away from us. When the issue of illegal mining started, the CSOs are calling, the farmers are complaining, residents in mining areas are complaining, people are saying they are destroying the water bodies, among other things. We didn't heed to these calls. Today, we are seeing the ramifications, or we are seeing the effect of whatever we've been doing in the past. So, like Pure Akan said, he is championing the cause to say that, well, climate change issues should be dealt with. Likewise, we here on Channel 1 TV, Breakfast Daily, we bringing you issues within our communities. It's affecting us. It's having an impact on us. So some sort of work should be done on it. I don't think that the Ghana Water Limited can resolve all this problem.
You know, they cannot resolve all this problem because it involves everybody.
Everybody.
It's all hands on deck. All hands on deck, as in all citizens on deck. Exactly. Everyone that lives in Ghana on deck at this point. You, I, like the next person, everybody.
I don't know whether it will get to a stage where everybody will now be drilling water in his or her house just to get water. Maybe that should be a way to go.
Yes, and I think authorities at this point actually need to employ or put the right people on, or like let them head the positions that are meant to be held. It's not just because you are my friend that you should head this position. At this point, I think it's time to get the qualified people that understand what's going on and how to fix the issues of, you know, the climate change. Like when COP16 comes or COP30 comes, you see them traveling up and down. You see everybody, you see a whole entourage who travel just to go for the conference. You understand?
Yeah.
But meanwhile, it's important to take the right people who are actually fighting this, the activists, the ones that have gone to school for this, the ones that really understand the problem, so we can find ways to solve the problem. It's not just about, you know, the merriment of traveling. Let's go and sit in conference and say we are representing Ghana. It should stop.
Maybe very soon we will try and bring the Environmental Protection Agency acting CEO, Professor Kluche, on here so that you would have a conversation with us here, how climate change is having a toll on our day-to-day activities. But we've said it's all, but we still have to promote some few things that will be happening in the month of April, the Easter season. We reminded that we are still calling on you to support our orphanages, to feed, support, and maintain them. So you would want to bring your dry foods, your money, and the clothes, and you would want to support the cause. You would want to support what we are doing for the individuals who do not have fathers and mothers during this Easter period, because it's our responsibility for us to do it. So you would want to visit us here at Channel 1 TV, Tesano, Olwula Hansen Lane. Bring your items here. We are all willing to support or to receive it and give it to the orphanage homes. And also go to Adabraka Police Station, behind the Adabraka Police Station, where you find City 97.3 there. And also you can present your items. You can give us via Momo 050 0550 900 006 0550 900 and also you can call 0302 226 103 or 0302 226 1013 rather. So you can ask all the further questions you would want to ask about this particular program. Please, if you do not support us, we would not be able to do this in the bigger scale, because you need your support. Then we can also push it out there to also help the general public in this month of April.
Yeah, especially the orphans. So as you celebrate with your family and have a good time together, know that there are people out there that do not have families that they need to lean to. So they are only stuck with themselves as orphans, and obviously the people in charge of the orphanage. So let's do this for them. Let's make them smile, right? Well,
it's been an interesting show. Tomorrow we'll be coming your way with more. Nanatufo is definitely going to start, and we are also, or he's going to start with us, and we are going to end.
We're going to be here together.
And tomorrow is Easter Friday. Make sure that all the activities that Easter Friday presents, you are there. My name is Philip Nihilati, and I did this with
Chris Carter. Take care of yourselves.
And keep watching Channel 1 TV.
This April, 97.3 City FM invites you to join us for a powerful journey of faith, reflection, and connection in our seasons of prayer. As we step into this season of renewal, we bring you a month-long special encounter that will uplift your spirit and strengthen your soul. Whether you're seeking peace, guidance, or simply a deeper connection in faith, this is the perfect opportunity to come together in prayer and find inspiration in the midst of daily life issues. It's time to reflect, refuel, and reconnect. So, mark your calendars, gather your loved ones, and be part of something truly reviving. Seasons of Prayer is on 97.3 City FM this April. Stay tuned and let's pray together for brighter days ahead. It's from the 1st to the 30th of April 2025. Tune in to Midnight Cry from 12 a.m. to 1 a.m. This is your day from 4 a.m. to 6 a.m. and prayer